morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to anybody that's here bright and early, to anybody that's going to replay the show today. It is a blessing to be able to sit right here in this chair. I ain't feeling this hat. I'm gonna have to go deal with that. Two turn, what's good with you? All right, we're back. Go to duty on real quick. We want two turn. Anybody that's in here so far, and also anybody that's gonna replay the show today. I'm gonna go ahead and play music for like the first 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. I might have just probably let me play this Lil Durk song. See what this young talking about.
How's the relationship status?
Married.
Woo!
CG, what's good? Here we go. 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 It's the last song. It's the last song. This is the last song. Good morning to everybody that's in here so far. Right on track. We that hit 11:10. Right on. 11:10, 11:11, whatever it is. Good morning to everybody that's in here so far. Obviously, more people be coming in here. Feel like I ain't been on YouTube in a little minute. I think what Thursday and Friday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that. It was on playback. Or probably Thursday, Friday. Man, I can't remember. The game started last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and it was starting early. So some days just made sense just to start live on playback. And it makes sense to be here for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and have to watch the game at 12 o'clock. So either way, man, we don't got no games today. Unfortunate. We've been locked in for the last couple of days in playback to round 64 games, round 32 games. This Thursday, we got Sweet 16 coming up. And I want to say the weekend after this one coming up, we have the championship. I think the championship April 7th, I want to say. So it flew by. Well, it's flying by. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? My team is still in it. Like Blake just said, they counted us out. Look where we are now. They counted us out. Look where we are now. So that's the good thing about it for me. And obviously, we're going to get into all that today. Shout out to Maryland, by the way. Shout out to Maryland again. We're going to get into all of that, by the way. Either way, everybody that's in here so far, welcome back to another daily fact and stats show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until 11 a.m. Eastern time until. If you are in here, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Liking the video is important, or liking the live is important. That can help the random person that's surfing on YouTube to come across fact and stats. And hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. My bad, y'all. Hey, mods, can I get the Discord link? Is he talking about the gambling? You talking about the gambling Discord link, or what you talking about? You talking about the gambling Discord link? But I forgot where I was at. So yeah, if you in here, don't forget to like the video. My bad. Make sure you like the video. That helps the algorithm out. Also, make sure you're commenting throughout the show. I read every single comment for the most part. And yeah, man. Next, don't forget to share this out with one person. I'm pretty sure if you share it out with one person, they'll be willing to come back in here and listen in or tap in again to Facts and Stats. We really appreciate that. And last but not least, the biggest thing of them all right now, as of current, 950 subscribers. That's insane. I did say like last week, I gotta go to see if I get to a K by April. So we got 7 days left in March. Steven, I'm about to try to send it right here. So let me know if that worked. Can you click that, Steven? BBN for life, Tiz. We got 7 days left in March. So I'm going to see if I can get to 1,000. If you're in here, you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. It's a great platform, great community, great people, and great vibes every day for the most part inside of Facts and Stats. Next, if you are in here, you are not a member, I would love for everybody to become a member and join the Facts and Stats family on YouTube. How can you become a member? The link is in the description on this video. How can you become a member? The link on the description. The link is in the description on this video. There's 3 different levels you can join as. They all have 3 different customized perks. I didn't mean to say 3 different customized perks. They all have different customized perks. Also, you can send super chats and super stickers at any time. The amount does not matter to me. I'll be grateful and appreciative regardless, whether it's $2, whether it's $7, whether it's 10. Next, make sure you all tapping into Facts and Stats on these other platforms as well. Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. Twitter is where it all started. Twitter is where it all started. Evolved from Twitter Spaces to Playback. Evolved from Playback to now YouTube. And attacking YouTube for the last couple of months. The last 3-4 months. And it's been going pretty good, man. The growth is pretty good. Over 50 members. Racked up over 400 subscribers. And I'm more and more comfortable hosting on YouTube now. I enjoy it. So, yeah. Make sure you all tap into Facts and Stats on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Is all at Facts and Stats _. I post clips from the show there and also clips from the podcast episodes that I do record there as well. One of the most important things before we get started today, my bad, I feel like I'm rapping. One of the most important things before we get started is the Playback Room. Playback.tv/Facts and Stats. The link is in the description on this video as well. What is Playback? Playback is where we watch live NBA or college games or whatever the case may be in there every single day. It's an everyday thing. Also, Playback is also utilized for me being able to host a show there sometimes as well. You can join the Playback Room directly on this YouTube video. The link in the description on this video. It's an app you can download and it's free. It also is free. That's the most important thing. It's free to sign up and join the Playback Room. And people are joining the room every single day. Right now, it takes 1,726 members. I'm going to go to add event. We're going to start the watch party off tonight with the Lakers and Magic. Lakers are coming off with a disappointing loss, in my opinion. And we're going to end it off with the Bucks, Suns, Celtics, Kings. I'll just click Bucks, Suns for the meanwhile. So that's what it's going to look like. And obviously, we're going to be watching games throughout, throughout this period as well. So that's what it looks like. We watch live NBA games in there every single night. And when March Madness is here, we watch live March Madness games every single night. I want to hear Milo playing with a toy. So yeah, that's what it's about. Website, factandstats.us. I'll give y'all more information on the website in a second. The Facts and Stats Gambling Discord. I think Steven just joined it. No problem, Steven. Appreciate you joining. Make sure you share your plays, bro. If you do share plays or if you just chill, you just chill. Facts and Stats Gambling Discord. The link is on this YouTube page as well. If it does not work, you can just do what Steven just did and ask for the Discord link, and I'll type it in the chat. Who sold your parlay? I don't know if any of y'all. I ain't even gambling on the NBA, so I don't know if any of y'all got anything NBA related. Far as college basketball for me, I had a good little bounce back day, I'll say, because March Madness been whooping my ass. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. March Madness been whooping my ass, like literally whooping me. But I went 3 for 3 yesterday. And shout out to Derek Queen, because if he missed that shot, I think 2 parlays go down the drain. So shout out to him. Other than that, I was perfect. I was perfect. I was good. Anybody in the chat? Mark Williams couldn't get 10 boards. Mark Williams couldn't get 10 boards, so we got to see what Mark did. Hold on. We got to go see what Mark did. Mark Williams couldn't get her 10 boards. We got to see what Mark did. That's wild. And how many minutes did he play? Hold on. Where's the Charlotte at? They played us. 28 minutes from Mark Williams last night. He had 5 rebounds. Yeah, that'll throw me off too. No funny. Like Andrew Wiggins had freaking 42 last night. Fucking ridiculous. Zach LaVine, points, so Chan. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let me see what Zach LaVine was talking about yesterday. Oh, Zach LaVine sold him Saturday. Let me see what Zach LaVine. See what Zach LaVine was talking about on Saturday against the Bucks. 7 for 17, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Issue was he was 1 for 5 from 3 and 1 for 3 from the free throw line. One more 3, convert his free throws, he probably went over his points. I'm pretty sure his line was probably 19 and a half or probably 20 and a half, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't know. NBA not taking your money no more. I do not blame you, brother. I do not blame you at all. Although I got no choice tonight, I'll probably bet on the NBA tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I don't got no choice tonight. So I definitely probably make a parlay or two or whatever the case may be tonight. I'm feeling Lakers money line. I'm feeling Lakers money line on the road with something added on or something like that. Florida minus 3.5. The last 3. Talk about a bad beat. That'll throw me off. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Florida though. I needed them to get the win yesterday. Man, what? I can't wait till we get into these games, bro. But yeah, I needed Florida to get the win yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, I almost cashed out, but like I'm looking like, bro, they are the better team, bro. Hell of a game. Shout out to UConn. We're gonna talk about that in a second. UConn lost. That's your problem. You betting on UConn, your problem. I don't feel no type of way about that one. I'm glad you had that loss on your parlay because I needed to win. I got to put me first when it comes to gambling shit. Are you talking about the Bulls belt today? No, I think the Lakers played the Magic. Am I tripping? Yeah, the Lakers played the Magic. The Bulls played Denver. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the Lakers and Magic. I think I like the Lakers tonight on the road. Coming off a bad loss, and I want to add something with that parlay. Probably like Booker or KD points or something like that. I'm probably going to add with that joint. But I'll drop it in the Discord regardless. Betting on Kuminga points. Kuminga points sold you. Well, I don't know what made you pick up your phone and go through Jonathan Kuminga and say, yeah, let me bet on Jonathan Kuminga. I don't feel no type of way about that one either. To be honest and true, I don't feel no type of way about that. You picked up your phone and you said, oh yeah, let me bet on Jonathan Kuminga today. And I only can imagine the array of NBA players that are playing on that night. I don't feel no type of way about that. Bulls gave him belt though. Nah, Bulls definitely did give him belt. You know, so shout out to the Bulls. Shout out to Kobe, Bucelas, etc. But that's that. We're gonna start it off with a warm-up question. Obviously, and it's a lot of games to think about. Again, it is a lot of games to think about. One, first and foremost, slogan, speak your mind. If anybody ever want to come on the stage, feel free to come on the stage. That can be anybody that's the first time in here or whatever the case may be. How can you come on the stage? It should be the pinned comment in the chat. Now, I do want to know as we get diving into this college basketball stuff, which I don't know the last time I watched it. I don't know the last time, I'm being so serious. I don't know the last time I watched the NBA game from start to finish. I don't know. I don't know at the moment. I don't know the last time I watched the NBA game from start to finish. It's been everything March Madness. It's been everything college basketball. So I don't know. If you in here, don't forget to like the video. I do want to know, what was y'all favorite game so far? Obviously, we went through 2 rounds, so you can think to round 64. You can think to round 32. And obviously, we're going to get into the Sweet 16 matchups a little later on today. But what was y'all favorite game between both rounds so far in round 64 and round 32? Let me try to pull up the box score. Damn, you ain't watching a full NBA game since the conference tournaments? Damn. Your favorite game was Dan Hurley getting eliminated? Okay. So I think it started. I think the game started. When did this March Madness stuff start? I want to say it was last week Wednesday. I want to say. No, Thursday. Okay, so last week Thursday. McNeese versus Clemson. Good shout. Both Duke games and UNC first game, no way both do games with some of your favorite games you saw this weekend or within the last 4 days, whatever it is. I let me. You can think of your favorite game so far. Also, you can think of the game that you most disappointed. Milo, you gotta chill, man. You gotta chill. Come out. Come out. Come out. The game I was most disappointed with, bro. If I can find it, bro. Memphis. And I'm saying that straight up from a gambler perspective, bro. And I could be wrong, bro. I could have had a bad read on this game. I could have probably put more respect on Colorado State. Shout out to Colorado State, by the way. Hell of a performance yesterday. I mean, to be in control of a game, majority of the game, and then you lose like that. I think they had the lead like 30 out of the 40 minutes of that game yesterday. They had the lead majority of the game, bro. And to lose like that, I don't know. But I'm trying to think if I got a favorite game, bro. I'm trying to think if I have something that was just like, yeah, this is head on my favorite game. Milo, I'm about to take that ball, bro. I'm about to take that ball, bro. BYU, Wisconsin. I like that one. BYU, Wisconsin. No. I can't. I'm hosting my show right now. I can't talk right now. I know I was still muted. My bad. I think it's definitely hard to pick one, but I want to say the game and or team that gained the most respect for me was Arkansas. Like I think Arkansas gained the most respect for me. I'm still muted. Oh, I'm still muted. No way, I'm still muted. Yeah, I'm not muted. Why y'all still? I'm not muted no more, bro. Am I still muted? Somebody confirm. Somebody confirm. Somebody confirm.
Nah, right. You was though. You was muted.
All right, bet. Yeah, the game for me that probably was the most like, all right, put some respect on them. It probably was Arkansas beating St. John's. I think that was the game that I would say got the most respect from me that took place over this last 4 days. Definitely Arkansas beating St. John's. Personally, they won 75-66, and I mean, I felt like coming into the game, Arkansas can get them, but then I also felt like watching the game, St. John's was going to take control, and it's like Arkansas had an answer for every punch. Arkansas got to the paint damn near at will, and on top of that, St. John's only made 2 or 3 threes in the whole entire game. You know what I'm saying? So one of their best scorers, RJ, wasn't able to close out the game. And y'all probably saw Rick Pitino pressure in regards to that. And then Kadari Richmond, he didn't have a good game offensively as well, and he was in foul trouble. So yeah, man, I think the game that I most was impressed with this past weekend, I'll probably say Arkansas defeating St. John's. You got a game, anything that was your favorite game so far between both rounds, gang, or any team you were disappointed with, or any game that you want to shout out or gain some respect for, or anything like that?
Brother, I don't know if I got a favorite game. A lot of them games was good to me. Favorite one, I don't really know. I had to come back. Most disappointing though, easily, Memphis, bro. Easily. That second half was one of the worst basketball and coaching jobs that we probably didn't see in the whole tournament, bro. That was horrible. From the start of the second half to the end of the second half was just so horrible. Nothing that they did looked impressive. They never had a rhythm the whole second half. Penny wasted all his damn timeouts. The second half went 9 minutes with one timeout and let all his players He drove all his players to the dirt, bro. Drove them all the way to the dirt, bro. No rest, no nothing. And you seen it toward the end of the game. They best players had no legs in them, bro. They was gassed. And when you only got one timeout with 9 minutes to go, now at this point, you waiting on the next media timeout to get you guys some rest, bro. But you gotta go 5 minutes from 9 minutes. Yeah, you gotta go 5 minutes into the next TV timeout because you can't burn the last one. So that was the worst. I ain't gonna lie, that was the worst. Even from the on the court things, that shit was just bad, bro. Like we watching the game and we like, bro, these niggas are literally playing bad basketball. It was pick and roll the whole second half. No sets were thrown out. No plays, no nothing. It just looked bad, bro. That's the worst for me. And um this from a bracket standpoint. The Vandy game too. The Vandy game was horrible. That
Oh man. Oh
bro, bro,
man.
the last 6 minutes of that game was embarrassing, bro.
Yeah,
Embarrassing. And then they was playing bad ball, but they was still up like 10 points with like 3 minutes left to go in the game.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay, they had a bad half, but they still got the game. Like the game is still in their hands. And fucking who they play? St. Mary's, right?
yeah. Summers.
The last 3 minutes of the game, bro, St. Mary's went on a crazy run, bro. And I don't think Vandy scored a point the last 3 minutes. And you just felt the game turning, bro, the last 3 minutes of the game. They blew a 10-point lead with 3 minutes left in the game, bro. And lost.
Yeah,
Came down to the last shot. They got a look, missed. They ended up getting a damn offensive rebound. Another shot, missed. And that was the game, bro. That was horrible. That was horrible, bro. So that's my two most disappointing. I don't really got a favorite game. I liked a lot of games. So
yeah,
I like the Arkansas shout though. I like that. That game was good until it got bad at the end. But yeah, that's I don't really got a favorite game so far. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, I'm with you. That's cool. Um, damn. Hold on, I gotta take these. You hear that ball, don't you?
Yeah,
You hear that joint? It
yeah.
sound loud.
I mean it's loud, but it's doable. It ain't, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
doable.
Nah, but yeah, good shout for that game. Game started on Thursday. Just to run y'all down the first round, because we really about to get to the 32 or pretty much for the games that took place on Sunday and Saturday. Houston is the team that is into Sweet 16. They took care of business on Thursday in their opener. Auburn's in the Sweet 16. They took care of business. Tennessee in the Sweet 16. They took care of business. Who else is still left? Texas Tech is in the Sweet 16. They took care of business. And Michigan is in the Sweet 16. They took care of business against UC San Diego in their first game. Shout out to McNeese again as well. Somebody shouted out earlier. And even shout out to BYU as well. Josiah, what's good with you? Nobody down here is left. Nobody down here is left. Nobody down here is left. Arkansas took care of business against Kansas. And it's a Friday. Just to get to these other games or these other teams. Duke took care of business against Mount St. Mary's, 116 matchup. Florida took care of business against Norfolk State. Alabama is still left. Michigan State is still left. They had a good win last night as well. Iowa State just lost to Ole Miss, which I expected personally. I don't know why they was underdogs like that. I don't even know why we was underdogs, to be honest. Like, I don't know why either one of us was underdog, but they be trying to play with SEC teams. I know some teams let us down, but I think we still got like 6 or 7 teams left out of the 16 or something like that, 7 or 8, something like that, out of the 16. But opening day, Maryland took care of minutes against Grand Canyon. Arizona beat Akron and Oregon last night. We're gonna get into that game. We 7-1. We not 7-1. We only had one SEC. That's not true. We had a couple teams.
Nah.
Yeah,
A&M. You got A&M.
Yeah, A&M out.
You got Vandy.
Yeah, Vandy out.
That's two right there. You got Oklahoma, 3.
Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah, and Mississippi State out.
Yeah, Mississippi State, 4, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second, bro. I want the FTC apology to be allowed to disrespect most ever for a conference in the Sweet 16. Damn. Most ever for a conference in the Sweet 16. Oh yeah, Texas too.
Texas
Texas
was
didn't
a
get in.
playing game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
say,
I'm saying Xavier.
technically they didn't get in, but if you want to count it, I guess, but they didn't really get in.
Yeah. All right, so that was that for round 64 for the most part, bro. Round 32, what took place this past weekend. Come here, Milo. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me get it. Let me get it. Thank you. Round 32, I meant to say, of what took place this past weekend. And we are going to go down these games, and it's your team get brought up, and you want to speak on the game or speak to your team or whatever the case may be. Feel free to come to the stage. The link is in the chat to come to the stage. The first game from Saturday, you win, you go to round 32. I mean 16, Sweet 16. You want to be one of the best 16 teams left because anything is possible. You want to be one of the best 16 teams left because anything is possible. Teams get hot. Teams play great ball. Teams have off games. It happens. The top of Saturday, we had Auburn versus Creighton. I at least knew this was going to be a good game to start, but then I did think that Auburn ultimately would just have too much. And I think they have one of the biggest blessings in itself to have a guy that's a freshman and be one of the better scorers on their team. And Tahad Pettiford, he had 23 points on Saturday. Broom was held in check with only 8 points, and he was 4 for 13 from the field. But Chad Baker-Mazar, Denver Jones, Chaney Johnson, and then Tahad, they all were able to chip in from an offensive standpoint and lead Auburn to the win against Creighton. Now, Creighton did have the lead at the end of the first half, 37-35. But like I said, Auburn, they locked in the second half. Tahad stepped up big time, and he's made a lot of different plays down the stretch of the game to ultimately outscore Creighton by 14 points in the second half, 47-33. They got to win 82-70. They advanced to the Sweet 16, and they play Michigan. I think they play Michigan. So that's pretty much all we got to say about that game, bro. It's really down to who's going to lose first if one of these teams lose, and that's Auburn, Florida, and Duke. In my opinion, those are the three best teams in the country all year for the most part. A lot of people have Florida and Duke meeting in the championship, but also could be Auburn and Duke. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Chad, you got anything to say on this game, gang? Or are you good? Or low? Or y'all good?
Nah, you really said it, bro. They just had too much for them. It started off good, but you could tell during the game, like what Creighton was doing, it wasn't gonna keep up. It wasn't gonna continue to go on and toward the second half and ultimately to try to win the game. So good win from Auburn. You know, they handled business. When they wanted to lock in on defense, they did. When they wanted to hit shots, they did. It's a high Pettiford, bro. Like you said, one of the best scorers on their team, one of the best freshmen in the country, and I think arguably one of the top scorers. I think he's one of the top scorers in the country as well. The way he can score from a variety of different ways. So, you know, shout out to him. He got him to win, and they on to the next round. Shout out Auburn.
Facts. Game 2 from Saturday, we had Milo, be quiet, bro. Gonzaga and Houston, bro. You got any shouts on the Gonzaga and Houston game? I'll let you see if you got something on it.
It was a good game. Man, Houston fucking defense, bro, is like from a scheme standpoint, it's one of the best I ever seen, bro. Like how they so dialed in on defense, how they understand principles, how they understand what they want to do. Rotations are so fluent. Gonzaga, they try to stay in there, bro. They tried, they didn't give up. Houston punched them. They did punch back. So I like that from that standpoint. But Houston just a good team all around, bro. And they well coached. They know what they want to do. They hang their head on defense. That's what gonna take them over top on most of these games, and that's what they did. They could have choked the game as well. So I don't want to add that part out there. I want to give Gonzaga some credit on that too, because Houston damn sure could have choked the game, but they stayed in there, bro. Like I don't. Gonzaga, it won enough scoring from a overall team aspect. It was just kind of one or two guys trying to take them over the hump. But with a team that plays the way that Houston plays, it ain't just gonna take one or two players. It's gonna take a whole damn five, a whole damn team. So I think that's what they fell short at. But Houston though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that was a my bad. That was
nah, you
a
good, go ahead.
that was a pretty good game. Early, I want to say early, I feel like Gonzaga might have been able to I feel like they might have had a little control early in that first half, but that Houston defense, man, Gonzaga could, it's like Ted said, right? Gonzaga couldn't do nothing for real. Like it was really just one or two guys. Like who was that? So I think one guy had like 30. Who was okay, F dude got it
Yeah,
on the screen.
Ek to my
Yeah,
Ek.
EK, he had 27. He was hooping. He was cooking up. He was getting to the line, making the shots. He was pretty efficient. He was all right. What's it called? I knew he had one dude that tried to help him, Khalif Battle. He tried to put up a fight with him, but other than that, nobody could really get anything going. So I mean, you're not gonna win like that,
Yep.
especially not against that Houston defense. Mode they stifling, and that's been their kind of like their culture, their MO for the last couple of years. I mean that's really what I can speak on. It's probably been going on before that, but I've been really only seeing them for the last couple of years. So, but so as long as I've been seeing them, that's really been their MO. That gritty defense.
Oh yeah,
And
man.
shout
EK.
out, hold up, real quick before John go. Shout out L.J. Cryer. Put some respect on that boy name. Put some respect
History.
on his name. He's a winner.
Preach.
Came from Baylor. He was a guy. Well, he was off the bench, but he was still a good player off the bench. Won a championship. Transferred to Houston. He's one of their guys. He's still the same LJ. He's a winner. Put some respect on that boy name, man. 30 ball. You go
Facts.
ahead, Jaja.
Oh yeah, man. The EK gave us issues, but even like at the start of the game, I think the reason why we was able to get out to I guess like an 8 to 10 point lead like consistently was because of that defense. Because normally like when teams go up against Houston and they haven't really have a history of playing them, it's kind of like they get hit in the mouth, and it's like it takes some time to respond, and then by the time you respond, like we actually have some good shooters to where we can actually keep our arms lift there. Because I think we went from okay, so exactly it was supposed to keep it close to where it was like an 8 to 10 point lead at halftime, and then we was able to extend it because LJ Crowder was just on one. He ended up having 30, but then the reason why Gonzaga was able to come back was because it was a key dumb play that Tugman made, like banging with EK, and then like they ended up calling the tech on him, so it cut the lead down from 15 to like 10. Like it was a 5 point play on like one possession because he hit two free throws and then they hit a three out of that, so they got like 5 points on one possession, and then they was able to call back from there because at the end of the game we had to do a better job like doing like doing like the simple things better, which is like inbounding the ball against their 1-3-1 trap, which was really smart by Mark Few actually implementing that, and they was able to wind down the game. But the reason why I feel confident is because I was looking at the clock and I was like, we can get it to where we can wind down to where we can either miss a shot or rebound, actually get to the free throw line with our good free throw shooters. We'll be able to get the job done, and that's how we was able to really moved on there against a decent Gonzaga team. Ken Palm having was like a top 8, top 10 team. So it was a good team we played, and I'm glad we was actually playing them early because even some people was like, okay, it might be an unfair matchup, but when you play a team like Auburn and Alabama 2 years ago, and then when you play a team like A&M last year at this round, going through those tough matchups actually prepares you for this moment because you have veterans that actually been there and done that and know how to get the job done in these pressurized situations. So I'm happy we was able to get the job done and move on to play Purdue.
I hope you
How you feel? Go
oh
ahead.
no, you good, Lo. No,
I was going.
I hope you ready to see it soon, gang. That's all I
I
gotta
was just
say.
gonna ask, bro,
Thanks.
how you feel about the matchup with Purdue?
Purdue, I
You
think it's
confident?
yeah, I see it as really being a good matchup for us there. It's kind of so place, but I think our defense will be able to get after them there. It's like similar to the Gonzaga game. Purdue is a team that we haven't really played too often, which kind of works on our advantage because they have to prepare for our physicality on defense when we play them. So, and normally when that happens, when they get hit in the mouth, and then when we can actually have LJ going and get up from around like 8 to 10, we can be able to stay from our stuff, and we can actually consistently make jump shots. It's all, but what happens is that we have to continue to rebound and then not have careless turnovers because that's how teams can come back in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's to me that's y'all biggest problem for real, for real. Like, a lot of things happen in the game, but Houston problem is they do a lot of careless turnovers that could bring other teams back into the game. But I think that's the only problem. And man, like you said with your defense, the way that y'all play defense is to speed the other team up. And a lot of teams like March Madness is about, yeah, it's about the guard play, whatever. But you're playing you're every other day, or well, the next game is in a week. You're constantly playing a team that has a different style of basketball that you are just not used to, or you just haven't seen out the whole year. And I think that's a problem when teams play Houston. They just play a certain style that you just haven't seen all year, and to have to play that and well, it's a week, but normally 1 or 2 days have to adjust in 1 or 2 days. It's not easy to do. Like it's really not easy to do. So they hang their hats on making speeding the team up, making them do shit that they are not used to doing, making them play a certain style that they not used to playing. And I think that's always to me, when I watch Houston after the past couple years, um, there it's to their advantage always, always. So yeah, credit to Houston. Good point.
Well said, Jaja, Low and Tiz. Shout out to Houston. I really like the match. Like Tiz said, yeah, we try to shout out LJ earlier at the beginning of the season, gang. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Yeah,
man. I ain't waved. I haven't waved, bruh.
shout out to LJ,
I
man.
haven't waved, bruh. LJ, bruh. And I will
I
say
mean,
with
he
that,
deserved
with,
it though.
I
He
do
deserved
I
it.
do understand certain points to add with him. You can tell when you watching him play, he do kind of sometimes get in his own world. Try
Yeah,
kind of get in his own world and want to do a lot of shit that like, bruh, that's just not you. You know what I mean? Like, I get you feeling yourself. You know what I mean? You didn't hit a couple, but that one right there, that was out of body. You know what I'm saying? He do tend to do that, but overall, man, I think he's a good player, man. For real, I've been shouting him out since November, and I ain't waved,
yeah.
bruh. I haven't waved, bruh. LJ, he a baller to me, bruh.
Facts. I'm with you. I came in there saying he was the best player on their team. I'll never forget that. Nah, I like Roberts too, though, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh no, shout out to Houston, man. They going to 2-16. They playing Purdue. Winner play Tennessee or Kentucky, which I cannot wait for. That's going to
That's
be a
gonna
good
be
one.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. So, Jeremiah, how can you join the stage? It is the pinned message. It is the pinned message in the YouTube comments, bro. Pinned message in the YouTube comments, Jeremiah, to join. OG, what's good? You got something to say about Houston? I see you type. I feel good about UH. Who thinks otherwise? Feel good about them as far as what?
As far as beating Purdue, I thought you were about to say something slick. That's why I
I'm
said
not
that.
bad with freaking Purdue against Houston. Come on now. Like, come on now.
I'm just saying, I
Hey,
thought it felt like you were about to say something slick, so I just wanted to make sure I
I
came up.
ain't say
But
that.
I was just gonna say about LJ Tez, I hear you, and I'm probably one of the ones y'all talking about as far as being a critic. I still ain't a fan. But my thing is, I'm not, and I'll give him credit where credit is due. He's been playing well. My thing is, I don't, and it's I guess it's more of a knock on U of H as a whole than it is against uh LJ. I just don't like the fact that we got to depend on him. That's my thing. Like to me, if he's your third option, your I don't know second option, then I'm okay with that. But if I got to go in knowing I'm gonna need something big from LJ to win the game and to keep winning, yeah, I don't feel good about that. That's the same way I felt about Wade Taylor. Same shit. Same shit. Like
Mm,
I mean
mm,
I respect what they can do, but I
Good
just
at
think
good
from
at
a
good
team.
ass point. Good ass point
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I respect what they can do. I just don't like where they are in the hierarchy. They number one, and I think if they number one in the hierarchy, then this is yeah, it's just a matter of time. I hope not, especially in the U of H case, but I just that's where I'm at with that.
And that's
Mm.
why too, that's why I say good ass point, because you really kind of proved like said some shit that I told Ev too, like a couple weeks ago. I actually had Texas A&M being upset, bro. Like, they won the first round, but I just had to take the L up to the chin. But I didn't think they'd beat Michigan. Like I never weighed on how I felt about them just because they won. But to your point with the LJ and Wade, that's why I did think they was gonna lose to Michigan, because it's so much pressure on Wade, bruh. Like
Yeah,
one guy not gonna do it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
you in a tournament, you may need three, bruh. Like 3 to 4. You may need 3 to 4. It ain't got to be the whole five, because you may just run into a team that you're just more talented, or just better overall. But just because you better, that's how upsets happen. Don't nobody care if you better. You only got 1 or 2 guys, bro. And that's just not gonna work, bruh. And I think that was
That's
Texas
the
A&M.
that's the
I, I
same
mean,
shit with that's the same
Gonzaga
shit
just
with
ran into that problem versus Houston, right?
same
Yeah.
shit with Josh Hubbard at Mississippi State.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Josh Hubbard, he tried, bro. Like I credit to him for sure. He tried, he got him back in the game, hit some shots. But to OG point, that's only one nigga, bro. Like you can't do that. And
And then and
expect
then and then to even expound upon that point, it's only one nigga, and what's the common denominator for everybody you just mentioned? Wade, LJ,
They size.
size, and
Yeah.
they small scoring guards, right? They small scoring guards, and that to me that spells yeah, you can play for a minute, but that nigga gonna have to be good, like damn good for a minute. And I just can't see now one of them being that good. And it's because that's what they do. They score the ball well, but do they make other people better at all? I mean, Wade does to a certain extent. All of them do, right? But their main thing is get a bucket for the most part, and they small in stature. So for me, that's why I said I think it's more of a knock on the team when you think about it than it is on the player themselves. So, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at. I hope we can keep winning. I hope when I say we, U of H, of course, I hope we can keep winning. But that's the thing I get worried about. Like, what's our like from a U of H perspective? What's our best secondary scoring option? I don't even know if we know. Like I don't know what that is. I mean, it's just play hard, effort, second chance points, that type of shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you want to look to a nigga like who's on this team right now that you can look to and say, yeah, that's our secondary. I don't know if we have that, and that's tough for me when you leaning on a 6'1", 6'2" scoring guard that doesn't
That
play
ain't
makes
that
high
ain't
level.
Roberts, or Roberts ain't been consistent this year.
I mean, I don't know if I want to depend on a nigga like that can't even shoot free throws. I mean, he don't really his strength is just outwork and strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He don't from a skill perspective. He not just for the skill. He not. You know what I mean? Like he not gonna make a whole lot of people better. You can't eat off of him. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. He don't score
Mm,
enough in the low paint to where you can that he gonna command a double team, triple team, and you can start getting other people involved. That's not his mo. So
okay, I got you. I appreciate you and Jaja on that Houston Gonzaga game. Established. Shout out to you, gang. I appreciate that. Established for real. That's real. Um, Arkansas and Houston, man. Man, this game came down to coaching in a big way, in my opinion. I think shout out to Coach Kyle
You
and
mean
Rick.
Arkansas, St. John's, bro? You said Houston.
Arkansas and St. John's. My bad.
My boy
Shout out to
got
Coach.
out coach.
Shout out to Kyle and Rick for sure. I definitely think Rick got out coached in this one. I think Kyle had them guys more prepared, and I also think that Arkansas just had, in my opinion, more dogs. More guys that was ready to play. And Jay is Jeremiah. Jay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you my man Josiah. My fault. Okay. Far as Arkansas, bro, listen, the offensive rebound. They had 16 offensive rebounds. I don't know how many St. John's had, but I'm pretty sure one of them came. Majority of their offensive rebounds came from their center, and that was literally it. He came to play yesterday on Saturday. I'm sorry. They had 28 offensive rebounds. St. John's had 28 offensive. Am I reading that correctly? 14, 16, 18. They had 28 offensive rebounds. Never mind. They had 28 offensive rebounds. That's insane. And they lost.
Bro, now go look at the 3-point and go look at the free throw.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Ark only made 2 threes. They damn selves. And missed 8 free throws. But I feel like they just, I don't know, bro. That was not a weird game, but I don't know. They just had an answer for every St. John's punch when they tried to get back into the game. Really, that's what it was, bro. Because that's great. Like Billy Richmond was big. Carter Knox was big. Got to the line 11 times. Brazil had a tough dunk down the stretch of that game. John L was big. Everybody was big that played for Arkansas for the most part. And really, on the St. John's aspect, you only had 2 guys scoring in double figures. And your man, Davion or Davon, however you say his name.
Yeah, Davon, yeah.
Yeah, Davon, like 13, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. But he even missed some big, like a big 2 layups back to back. That was a key moment in the game as well. So, I mean, I don't know, man. St. John's, they wasn't ready. Like I said, Richmond didn't give him anything from an offensive standpoint. RJ Louis, one of their better scorers and probably their best player, was 3 for 17. Didn't get to close the game out, and really only their big man came to play from an offensive standpoint. They had to play through him. They couldn't get nothing from going from the outside. They was 2 for 22 from 3. They ended up losing the game. Really, Arkansas, it's a great win for them. They were more prepared. They was ready, and Coach Cal been owning Rick. Really, Coach Cal been owning Rick.
Yeah. Facts.
Really, and I should have thought about that. But Coach Cal been owning Rick, so and he followed it up and he continued it. Really, pretty much all I got to say about it. Jeremiah, what game did you want to chime in on? Did you want to say anything about this game right here, or are you sure?
Yeah, I'll say something about this game. I really like how Arkansas came in with a chip on their shoulder, man. Like that's what March Madness about, you know what I'm saying? But St. John, them boys came in too comfortable. Like they just won that Big East. Like they were feeling good. They was laid back, chilling. Like them boys just played like terrible. Like, but I want to say I just want to brag on one person off Arkansas is DJ Wagner. His impact on the game, man, how he controlled the game. Like he ain't his stat,
okay.
his stat line ain't the best, bro. But like he a big factor in the game, bro. He slowed down the pace of the game. Like pace is a big factor when you playing a team like that, like good team that like to get out in transition and shoot transition threes. Like his pacing and like controlling the game. He got some big steals like down the line in the game, like. But yeah, man, that's a big win for Arkansas, man. Big upset. Them boys playing good. Like on the defensive side of the ball, them boys playing hungry. I like Arkansas.
They're gonna be a tough out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Arkansas gonna be a tough out, and it slipped my mind who they got.
Tech.
16. Yeah, the Tech, and I got them over Tech.
I like Arkansas, bro.
Yeah, for real. I like them. I do like them over Tech though. No cap.
Yeah, so I don't know, gang. It's
But
like you said, bro, and bro just said it too. From start, it was the will, bro. The will was just there. Like you just felt like you felt them really wanting that game from the start. Like it was like you said, St. John's came out kind of. I don't know. I didn't feel their energy, bro. And a lot of people was also saying it in the playback, like. I ain't feel the energy. I ain't see the same St. John's I seen 2 days ago. I ain't seen the St. John. I ain't seen the same St. John's that I seen through the conference tournament, or even coming into the conference tournament when they was really, really like popping. When they was really popping out. You know what I'm saying? Really showing how they could win. It was the other day. Arkansas just had their number, bro. Like it. You got to match intensity with intensity. You got to match physicality with physicality. And the will to win, I think that's the only part that they didn't match with Arkansas, bro. And from start, Cal had them boys ready, bro. From jump, like from jump, it was that from jump, bro. So Yeah, man. St. John's, they let a lot of niggas down. I ain't gonna lie. But
Definitely.
at the same
Messed up
time,
a
like,
lot of brackets.
For
yeah, but
sure.
at the same time, like you said, this we thought this way because we seen how they ended their season and went to the tournament. But from a history standpoint, Cal always beating this nigga, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't new. You know what I mean? So, and credit to Arkansas how they started the season, midway through the season, started to find they strides, and toward the end of the season, and toward the end of the season, going into the tournament, conference tournament, you seen them really establish how they really wanted to win. You know, Cal, like you said, Cal got them boys going, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, they gonna be a tough team to beat, bruh. And you can argue like they was one of the worst teams in the SEC. You know what I mean? You can argue that, like from the beginning of the season on to the end, and you can only argue that because of how tough that the conference actually was. You know what I mean? So that's not really a knock to them, but more credit into the conference. But
Mm.
What's
yeah,
crazy is they best player didn't even play good.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. I was about to speak to. Well, you talking about the best player in this game?
I'm talking about Boogie.
Oh yeah, Boogie. Yeah. So yeah, I'm about to bring up Boogie because Boogie had a tough and one down the stretch of that game. But it's crazy because you look at he was 20 minutes, 2 for 8, 1 for 5 from 3. So he's still getting his rest off. He's still getting his game speed back up the pace because it's only his second game played. I want to say since returning from that injury that he had. But what's crazy is he attempted to play this game, but if Thorough play against Tech and he's probably there for the rest of the way, that makes him even tougher to beat because he can now guard opposing teams, best front court player. He was averaging 15 or like 6 or 7 on a year, and it was a big uptick in his game from an offensive standpoint. That's only going to make them better. You know what I'm saying? So seeing from an offensive standpoint, it's only going to make them better, to be honest. So if they get a dude back and they play Tech and Book continue to get his rest back in, and like you said, DJ great shot when it comes to controlling the pace. I know 4 for 16, but he was still controlling the pace and keeping that offense steady. They'll be straight, bro. They'll be straight. St. John's big disappointment is the team that be ranked in the top within the top 5 as far as teams that can win the championship this year. But damn, I should have read that a little better, bro. Like no 3-point shooting for real. No 3-point shooting. And it came back and bit them in their ass. So shout out to Arkansas. Great win overall. Cannot wait for the Sweet 16 and their matchup against Texas Tech. Oh, well, as we going down, Tennessee and UCLA. I didn't watch much of this game, bro. I don't really got nothing to say because I didn't watch too much of it. Chad had another good scoring output though. He really been playing basketball, really good basketball from a scoring standpoint, like the last 3-4 games. I think he gave Wofford like 29, and then I gave UCLA 20. So I did not see this UCLA and Tennessee game. I don't know if anybody on the stage did. Y'all good with that? I don't know because I didn't see it, but I didn't watch majority of it. Let me put it like that.
yeah, I was about to say I didn't really watch the whole game, but from the start, I watched a little bit of the start. It was a good game at first, but UCLA like they was getting tough buckets, bruh. Like it was a lot of tough buckets, a lot of relying on offensive rebounds, kick out threes, that and that stuff like that. But they was scoring in a way that you just knew like it wasn't just going to hold for the whole game. You know what I mean? Like it was and it kind of got out of hand second half, and I turned it off because I just knew they didn't have many more punches to punch back. So
Yeah,
that to me that's all it really was.
yeah, facts. All right, only the top 4 games. If you want to circle to say or chime in or anything in regards to Houston, definitely feel free. Do you want to, or you up with that?
Remember he was committed to us, bruh?
What was
Yeah,
said?
that's why I clicked his name, clown.
Yeah.
That's why I clicked his name, bro. I always be plotting on the ops, bro. He an op now. Like Devin Askew, Scott Clark. I'm never gonna rock with them guys. Like no funny. I'm not gonna rock with them. Devin just had a good year. One my last thing. Devin had a good year at I think he had California, wherever he at. He just
Polly,
averaged
yeah.
somewhere in Cali. He was averaging like 18 or 19 this year, but he about to go into his 6th season and he's transferring, bro. He about to go to like his 5th or 6th team. Like it's ridiculous, bro. Like at what point do you realize like, bro, you can't just keep jumping around and wanting these teams to be about you and build around you or whatever the case may be, bro. And you try to have a successful basketball career. So I don't know. To Houston and Gonzaga, Jaja spoke, OG spoke, Ted spoke. Even Low speaking to the defense.
I was
Ted
just
shouting
saying
out
what was said
about
to
Houston, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you right now.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. Uh Ted spoke to LJ Cryer and Low spoke to y'all defense. Jaja spoke to just the overall team standpoint, how y'all playing as a team, the vibe, how y'all feeling about going to Purdue. And OG spoke to how he's not really too much of a fan of LJ being the number one scoring option because he does have questions and concerns. Where did that second scoring option come from? So that's pretty much some of the things that was said if I'm remembering
I
correctly.
started off. I started off with the defense though. The credit to the team and how they um stick to their principles and actually know what they want to do. Things like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to everything everybody said already. Um, Shout out to LJ. I guess this is probably the time I should give him this credit, right? In that 30-point game. So yeah, shout out to LJ. I mean, he really willed us through that game. He had a really big first half, went kind of silent in the second half, but that's because they started like doubling him and shit. So they kind of made it a point to not let him get in the game. Um, but I mean, look, he had a really good game. I'm not gonna even steal that from him. I'm not gonna take it from him. I'm not gonna diminish it. He had a good game. I agree with OG in the sense to where like I'm not the biggest fan of him being the number one scoring option. I will say that I think yesterday's or what, not yesterday. When did we play? Thursdays. Game was or Saturday. Fuck, I can't remember when we played. That was an
Saturday.
outlier. Um, as of recent, I will say that that was just I don't want to call it a bad game from Milos offensively. He just wasn't trying to score. Like I think he took 7 shots the entire game, which like if you go look at him normally, that's normally not him. He doesn't take that little shots. I think he was more so focused on facilitating, which you can see he had 8 assists, you know. And he played some really good fucking defense. He was 2 of 7, so like that wasn't the best. You know, like he still could have done something, and he was 1 of 2 from three, and he only got to the line once. And he made both his free throws. But I think he did a good job at I would say all the way up to the last 4 minutes of the game. He did a good job at stabilizing and kind of like facilitating the offense, which is what I'm more worried about with LJ with that. Like if LJ was the facilitator of our offense and our primary scorer, I would have a ton of issues. But the fact that he was able to get a lot of his work off of Milo still facilitating the offense, I'm a bit more okay with. You know, I don't have the biggest issue with that. I do want to say I was frustrated with Jaywan earlier in the game. The nigga was just missing easy shit. He wasn't really making an impact defensively. Shout out Graham Ike on Gonzaga. He had 27 points.
Yeah.
He really like is the sole reason they even stayed in that game. They even kept it relatively close within like I want to say was we were up around 10 most of the game. But he kept every time we was trying to pull away, the nigga would come and hit some shit. I'll be like, damn. He made all his free throws. He was 9 of 9, 2 of 3 from three, and 8 of 13 from the field. I mean, and I think he had what 5 total rebounds. Like he was everywhere for them and they needed it. So shout out Graham EK. But am I worried? No. Did that last what 4 minutes of the game piss me off? Absolutely. Because why y'all keeping the ball near the half court line? Why are y'all constantly inbounding, getting the ball, and then sticking by the half court line? We had like 3 straight turnovers off of that at the end of the game that really got them back into shit. And we had a really bad pass from Milos that got stolen at towards the end of the game. That just I could see pressure on his face which isn't surprising because he's never been in that situation before, which is why Tez and you Ev will probably be surprised to hear me say this, but when all of it was happening, I was saying y'all probably need to get a ball to LJ.
Mm.
He needs to be the one getting in here because Milos, you've never been in this position before. You were at Oklahoma before. They had never really, I think his 2 years that he was at Oklahoma, they hadn't made it to the tournament. Um, or like went far in the tournament. So he doesn't have that tournament experience that I know, regardless of how I feel about him, I know LJ does. And I know he wouldn't have made some of those same mistakes. It's like, how many times do you have to inbound the ball and get stuck and they trap you at the fucking half court line and you make a bad pass and turn it over? Or they steal a ball from you and you got to go foul, turn it over. And now we're all in the bonus and it's all this other shit. There was some mental mistakes that I was agitated with, quite frankly. But overall, I'm not too concerned with the game. I think Gonzaga is a hell of a team. They played a really fucking good defense. But as if you watched everything outside of the last, I would say, what, 3 4 minutes of the game, y'all would see that we pretty much had that game under control. Am I worried about Purdue? No, because I think we matched up better with Purdue than we did Gonzaga, personally. So am I worried about Purdue? No, but it's March and anything can happen. I don't give a fuck if it's Indianapolis. We ain't lose a road game all season. Have not lost one. So I'm not worried about being in Indiana with Purdue.
Yeah, y'all ain't well, yeah. Y'all only lost like fucking 4 games out the year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, none
yeah.
of them bitches was on the road. Well, in regular season, technically, we
Yeah,
had neutral
yeah,
site games versus Bama and
yeah. Now
Auburn and
I get what you're
Virginia
saying.
games. But yeah,
God
uh,
damn, y'all went damn no road. Damn,
no
that's tough.
road losses in the Big 12. No, our one Big 12 loss was at home. Yeah,
Damn, my team played horrible on the fucking road. That's crazy.
we
Okay.
thrive on the road, which is why like I'm that makes me a bit happy. Like we don't hostile environments don't really bother us. Um, I will say somebody that I need to point out, and then we can move. That I think has made two people honestly, but this what the second person didn't really have a big game on Saturday. Jojo Tugler and Javier Francis. Those are our two real big men. Jojo had a hell of a fucking game Saturday. He had a double double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 of 9 from the field. He wasn't at the line, but he had 11 rebounds. He had 2 blocks. He was every fucking where, and he did it with only getting one foul.
Mm.
He did all that shit in 20 minutes.
That's
He
impressive.
himself, right? He has stepped. If y'all saw JoJo last year, I was so over him. And so I was like, I'm done with the JoJo experiment. I don't really care to do it anymore. But he has grown so much as a player between last year and this year. I am just overjoyed with him and his play and his defense. He's gotten way more mature on the defensive end. He doesn't make stupid mistakes. And he's getting an offensive bag. Not nothing crazy, but he's getting an offensive bag that if he can be consistent, I think for him, sky's the limit because I know JoJo is, I want to say like 6'8", but his wingspan I think is like 7'4" or some shit. They kept talking about it on the broadcast. So he's tall and long and he's physical. And now he's learning how to play smart. And that is the shit that I like to see. That is play that helps you get through the tournament. Right? Javier also, he wasn't that involved in this game. I think he only made one. I think he only had 1 point, but that was primarily because JoJo was just like having his fucking way. And that's who they normally rotate off Javier for JoJo. But JoJo, big fucking props to him. Double double, 20 minutes, 2 blocks. I couldn't have asked for anything. And he had a little assist. 1 assist. But props to him. Because if he can keep up that play, and then Milos and Emmanuel, who I think would have been more involved on the offensive side if he didn't get into foul trouble early. The nigga had 2 fouls with like 7 minutes left in the first half. If he didn't get into foul trouble early, I think he definitely would have been more active on the offensive side, especially going into the second half, because he really kind of, him and Jawan pulled us through the start of that second half when they were really locking up LJ and Milos wasn't really looking to shoot. But yeah, go Cougs. On to the next.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Houston. And like I told Jaja, talk soon. Definitely feel like we're gonna see y'all soon.
Hey man, I'm still looking at Purdue.
If y'all in here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Facts and Stats is a daily sports show that's live every single day, Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays are optional. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on this video to help the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across Facts and Stats and want to tap in and join the show, join the stage. My boy Jeremiah's first time on the stage up here today. I appreciate gang. He from TikTok. So that's real. I love the TikTok folks when they come in here. When they come in here and they pop up to the YouTube and want to come, shot Black Hodge, who y'all been seeing for like the last 3, 4, 5 months. That man is from TikTok. Black is a real one. So shout out to Black. Shout out to Jay for pulling up. And also make sure y'all share this out with one person today. If you share that one person, I'm pretty sure they'll be willing to come back in here another day and talk sports. We cover all sports for the most part. College basketball been probably one of the most talked about sports that we picked up this year from a talking standpoint. Always was NBA, NFL. Did a lot of college football this year too, more than usual, or more than the first 2 years. Next, I want to definitely do a lot more baseball, and I have to take initiative to watch these games so I can be able and learn my team for the most part.
Good thing we can watch them in playback.
Yes, hopefully. Yes, good thing we can.
Hopefully. Come on.
I haven't seen none of this. I haven't seen why the Dodger game.
You know that nigga move, bro. You not,
because them Dodger games are in Japan.
Okay,
so that's
sleep. Okay. But they wasn't on the slate though. I'm like, all right, so I
probably not showing it because I think it's only shown on like select channels. It's just a showcase. Okay. I think it's only through the MLB network. So
okay,
and then the app, like their League Pass, their version of League Pass.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What you about to say, Jay?
Hey, do y'all homework on how we finna upset Duke though?
Yeah.
How are you an Arizona fan, gang? Just curious. You sound like you from Georgia. How you from Arizona? You from Georgia, gang?
Bro, I'm a big Caleb Love fan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You from Georgia though?
Yeah.
And you
Georgia,
follow Caleb Love.
But he likes Caleb Love.
Yeah, and you follow Caleb Love from UNC to Arizona?
Yeah.
So UNC was never your team for?
Nah, yeah.
So when Caleb Love leave, who your team?
When Caleb Love leave, I ain't gonna have no team. I'm gonna just be watching basketball. I like watching basketball.
Arizona not being Duke, gang.
And do your homework on how the Warriors gonna beat the Heat.
I don't give 2 fucks about that, gang. I hope y'all do beat us. I don't give 2 fucks about that, gang. Straight up. Shout out to Jimmy though. I'm curious to see how Jimmy performs tomorrow. In his return to Miami, he dropped a little mini interview or some quotes. He has some interesting things said in there over the last day or two. So, but to continue on down, Texas Tech and Drake. I wasn't all the way in tune with this one either, but Texas Tech got the win 77-64. I expected them to win this game. JT had 25, Williams had 28. 2 of the better scores on the team basically outperformed Elijah Hawkins. I want to say he's from the DMV, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't he at Howard? Yeah, he was at Howard. Yeah, Elijah, from DC. I remember him. Yeah, he was at Howard. He ended up on Texas Tech now. Solid. He was at Minnesota last year.
That's a big jump, bro.
Nah, that is a big jump. To go from Howard to Minnesota to Texas Tech, and now you playing Now you playing big basketball at this level.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
Major.
I enjoy shit like that.
I remember this nigga, bro.
I'm gonna be for real, Tez and Ev. That's gonna be our new Cinderellas. Ev, I was gonna text you that could have been a warm-up question. Right now everybody thinking, it's not gonna be any more Cinderellas because NIL. And I feel like those are gonna be our new Cinderella stories. Students like Walter from Florida. Then he was at UCO, then went to Iona.
Yeah,
and now his ass is cooking at Florida. Like I feel like those are gonna be
I love, and it's kind of personal too. it's kind of on a personal level, but I enjoy shit like that, bro. Like, damn, went so low, in the D1, and then then you outplay where you at, outplay your competition, then you go up and still perform, bro. And now bro, them niggas are living. Walter right now is living a dream, bro.
Nah, he
Like
is.
Yes.
Yeah, he
for
is.
real, bro. I enjoy looking at shit like that, bro. For real, he
And
living a
you know,
dream, bro.
going from a mid-major or like a JUCO program to a major program and then doing well and being a large part of why your team is even there
Yep.
is just, I mean, we all know, I mean, we're gonna get to this game, but that nigga won them the game yesterday.
Yep.
So to go from Iona to Florida and like not Iona is, it's Iona. But it's in the MAC. Nobody's really looking at the MAC for basketball. And so the fact that he could, you know, work his way up that way, that shit lit.
1,000%. I seen that because he lost to UConn at Iona, and then he beat UConn. That's insane,
Mhm.
bro. And he's the sole reason, not sole, but he's one of the biggest reasons why they won that game,
Yeah.
if not the biggest. So
Mhm.
yeah. All in all, Texas Tech is definitely a team to worth monitoring. They're gonna have a tough Arkansas game coming up on
That's
Thursday or
gonna be
Friday,
good.
whichever day it is. That's gonna be a really good game. Wisconsin and BYU, another hell of a game. John Tonye is a hell of a scorer at Wisconsin. He had 37 points on Saturday. They ultimately came up short where BYU got to win 91-89. I'm trying to remember what happened down the stretch of this game. I cannot remember.
I was watching our
Man,
game, so I don't know.
BYU went on a drought, and Wisconsin fought, bruh. They fought to the end, bruh. And
Wisconsin still got that little Asian kid, or was that not, you know,
No, I don't think they do.
nah,
I know you're
nah,
talking
nah,
that
about.
was
nah.
last year?
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah,
But they were down 11 with 2 minutes to go, gang.
yeah, bruh. Yeah,
And then
for sure.
closed.
That's
It came
insane.
down to who wanted more.
Yeah, that's
It definitely did.
I told y'all don't play with
And
them Mormons, man.
the game flipped. Like from that 3 minutes, the whole shit flipped, bruh. Like it was like damn. But like I think Wisconsin scored every possession after that 3 minutes. I think they
yeah.
scored literally every possession, bruh.
Yeah.
And dude, Tanjay came to the last play of the game, bruh. And I remember we was in the playback. Everybody was watching it. We all was geeked up, and they called a timeout. Uh, Actually, BYU shot the ball, missed. They got it called timeout. Boom. It was like, you can go to it. I don't want to get the time off, but you get what I'm trying to say. They came out of timeout. And I'm like, bruh, you fought this hard. You fought all the way to the end. Do you settle for the OT, or do you try to go send niggas home packing, bruh? And what he did, bruh, I get he was on. I get he willed him back, but I didn't agree with the shot that he shot, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. I think if you fight, well, just me. If you fight that hard for 3 minutes, bruh, down 10 or 11 points, and you get the last shot of the game, I'm sending niggas home, bro. Like I'm not trying to play an extra 5, bro. I just did so much to get us to this position, and you telling me I'm just about to go for the 2 points to play an extra 5 minutes, bro? Like, nah, bro. Nah, I didn't agree with what happened, what took place, and he foul baited. Like he didn't even really. He wanted to make the shot, but he didn't get the shot that he wanted to shoot because he foul baited and tried to get to the line to send it to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, that's how they lost, bro. They ain't called a foul, and game was over.
Fucking terrible. That's terrible. Dane, what's good, Birdie? That's terrible. Shout out to BYU though.
Yo, what up, nigga?
On to the Sweet 16. You got anything to say about that game against UCLA, gang? Or are you sure?
Not really. Them niggas, we expected to win against them niggas. Chaz showed out. Gainey played his ass off. Zakai did good. We played good defense as usual. On to y'all weak ass niggas in a couple days.
Be careful, gay.
Here you go.
Be careful, gay.
Here you go,
Hey,
bro.
bro. Yeah,
He can't never just be cool, bro. Like you can't never just be cool.
Bro, I'll never be cool
bro.
when it comes to y'all niggas ever. I gotta die.
We play Thursday. We play Friday, I think.
Friday, yeah, we got a whole week, bro.
Dang, just bet that 50 on Friday. Bet 50
bro,
on Friday.
we can, bro. We
All right,
can.
bet,
Yeah, you can make your money back, bro. I'm
We
trying
locked.
to take it all.
All right, we locked. Yeah, it's gonna be 100 on that.
Who you like? Ole Miss? Evie?
He a Tennessee fan. I'm a Kentucky fan.
Oh, Kentucky fast.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Ass.
You just be chatting, nigga. Nigga just be chatting.
Bro, so it's a whole bunch of Kentucky fans in the chat now, bro. Like niggas don't even like Kentucky for real.
Man, Keys been Kentucky. Blake been Kentucky. Stop that. Blake Keys.
Bro, y'all funny, bro. Now everybody
Bruh. One thing you gonna realize, bruh. Outside of sports, in sports, we travel, we do it all, bruh. You feel me? We everywhere, bruh. Respectfully, I know you can't say the same. You know what I mean? Y'all just reside.
Because, bro, we don't have a whole bunch of
reside in Tennessee, gang. Y'all just reside in one state.
We don't have a whole bunch of bandwagon fans.
You know what I mean?
On the wave
We get it, bro. We get it, bro.
That, bro.
We nationwide, we worldwide. You niggas reside in one state, bro. We can't control. We can't control. Y'all don't got fans for real, bro.
Bro, niggas ain't even been to Kentucky talking about they Kentucky
like, come
fans,
on, bro.
man.
Man, what type of goofy shit is that, bro?
Like what you mean, niggas ain't? Why niggas gotta go there?
Even, like,
you a goofy, bro. You don't even live in Tennessee no more. So now what?
Bro, nigga, I was born there though. That's the thing, nigga. I grew up I was
like
what,
since birth,
nigga.
You from Nashville,
nigga?
You from Nashville?
Birth,
I mean, no, Knoxville. Y'all in Knoxville. You from Knoxville?
No, I'm from Nashville.
All right, then, nigga. So you can say this, they can say the same for you. You ain't from Knoxville, now what?
Hell nah, nigga. This
like,
is state. It's a state school.
Come on, you got Memphis. You got Memphis, nigga.
That shit further. Well, it's the same distance actually.
Like, come on, bro.
I'd never be no Memphis fan, bro.
Nigga reside. You mad because y'all only reside in one state? We nationwide, bro. Worldwide, bro.
Bro, you only like Kentucky in one sport, bro. Well, you know, I'm not playing no games with niggas like you, bro. You and Ev are jokers. Yeah, y'all in football, y'all got a whole other team.
Bro, we been,
y'all
bro.
not Kentucky all the way
I've been a Kentucky fan for over a decade, bro.
Bro, how you like Kentucky in one sport but not both, bro? That don't make no sense to me, bro. But I ain't finna
die hard over a decade,
I'm not
bro.
finna just like pander on the subject, bro. Like
over a decade, bro. Die hard.
OG, bro, that shit funny, bro. That shit don't make no sense, bro. But you know what? It's cool, bro.
Okay. Thank you, Dame. I don't know why we're getting into where people at or anything like that. You never been to the New York Jets game. I don't even know how the fuck.
I have been to a Jets game.
I don't know how you even a Jets fan. You've been to a Jets game in New York
because of Darrell Reeves, but I've been to a Jets game actually because I'm a real fan.
In New York.
Nah, bro, it was in Tennessee.
Okay. That's what I'm. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a real fan though.
Like what the hell? You up here chat.
Hey,
niggas down 2-0 this year. Players in the Sweet 16 and bring up who been to what and who been here.
Bro, hey, bro, it don't matter, bro.
Like nigga, we fans at the end of the day. Nigga,
bro.
I'm not playing your little
you
word
know
game,
that you're not beating us 3 times, bro. You know it in your heart, bro. You know it.
Okay.
Bro. It's okay.
Okay.
Dame, you say you like Tennessee football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse.
Yeah, all that shit, nigga. Every single thing, bro. We in the Sweet 16 in both sports. We #1 in college baseball. We won the college baseball natty last year. Nigga, we do it. We just was in the college football playoff, bro. We good at every sport, bro. You can't relate, nigga. That's why you got to go to different teams for different sports, nigga. You can't relate, nigga.
Nigga, lay down a good.
I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, Dame might have just cooked up though.
Yeah.
Dame might have just cooked up. Guys, we having 5 different college teams for each sport.
Bruh. I'm from Ohio, bruh. I like Ohio State Buckeyes. I like Cincinnati Bengals. I like Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati don't have
bro. So how come
Cincinnati,
you like Ohio?
Cincinnati, hold up. Cincinnati don't have an NBA team. So that's how I became a Bron fan. I'm not from Cleveland, bro. We don't rock with Cleveland. So what's next? What's next?
No, bro. No,
All
but
my
how come you don't?
all
How come you don't
if you
fuck with Ohio
OG
State at basketball?
OG, all my teams is either in Ohio or the Midwest, bro. I don't go to the West Coast. I don't go to the East Coast. I don't go to the South. What we talking about, bro?
Nah, Tez. What my question is, how
What
come
we
you don't
talking
like
about?
Ohio State for basketball though?
Cause I like Kentucky.
I'm gonna be for real.
And I've been following Kentucky down there over half of my life, bro. What are you talking
Hold
about?
up, Tez.
Over half.
If he can like the Jets, because this would have been a better argument if he was a Titans, if he was a Tennessee everything fan. He's also a Bucks fan. He's not a Memphis Grizzlies fan.
Wait a minute
So
now.
let's not
Wait a
act.
But we
minute
can
now.
Let's
Wait a
not act
minute
like
now.
we can
he's
pull
really
we can pull this
Tennessee
card. We can pull the
down.
same card.
Listen.
We
Speak on
can
it,
pull the
Dane.
same
Let's not
card.
act like
Speak
he's
on it,
really
Dane.
Tennessee
You never been in
down.
Milwaukee. You never
Bro,
been
no,
in
no, no, no.
Milwaukee.
NBA,
He
everybody
not
know I'm a
from
player
none of
fan,
them.
bro.
He
I'm a
not
player
from.
fan for NBA, bro. Let's be real.
Come on, hey
Everybody know I'm a
Okay,
OG.
player
but
fan
you're
for
not a
OG, I just
Memphis
laid
Grizzlies
out
fan.
my team.
Everybody know I'm a player fan for NBA, bro.
Look, OG. I just laid out all my team. You see how they all in one area? This nigga go
Bruh.
from the west. This nigga go to the east. This nigga go to the
Bruh,
south.
bruh.
Dane,
This
you
nigga
giving
like, come
half the
on, bro.
story,
Bruh,
dog.
I mean, I'm gonna be
Everybody
for
know
real,
I'm a,
OG.
everybody know I'm a player
Tez's
fan.
argument is valid because
Yeah.
the only team that he really does not like or does not support, well, two,
Tennessee basketball.
is
Yeah.
it's Tennessee is Ohio State basketball. He
Yeah,
just
Ohio
likes
State.
Kentucky
Yeah.
basketball, and
Yeah.
Cincinnati don't have a team. And that would be like me being from Houston supporting the Mavs. Nigga, I don't fuck with the Mavs. I'm from Houston. So it makes sense why he's also not a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. But Dame tried to make it come up here like he's just Tennessee down
Bruh,
when he
bruh.
not.
Like he
And
wearing
that's
orange,
okay.
right?
So
Like
it's
he
cool.
wearing orange
It's
right
cool
now.
for him
That's
being
okay.
a Bron fan in NBA, but me being a Dame fan because there's no
Nobody
team in
said it's an
Nashville. That
issue
shit
though.
crazy.
Nobody said
Ain't no,
it's an issue.
I'm
Nobody
about
said
to
it's
say,
an
nigga, I
issue.
don't fuck with Memphis.
The
That's why
thing
I don't
is
fuck with
that
no
you
Memphis
tried to
shit.
present it like you were Tennessee down, and you're
Oh,
not.
and
You're just
everybody
like
know
them
I
other
fuck with the
niggas.
Titans. Everybody know I fuck with the Titans, bro. Y'all
Okay,
just be
now
on,
you fuck with the
yeah, bro.
Titans.
Y'all know I fuck with the Titans, bro. Y'all just
Now
be
you
like,
fuck
bro,
with the
Dame a
Titans. Got it.
two-teamer. Dame a two-teamer. Like, bro,
Got
come
it.
on,
Now
bro.
you fuck with the
Bro,
Titans. I
you
heard
know
you
I
talk about
fuck
the
with the
Titans.
Titans. Everybody be like,
Then why
Dame,
didn't
you
you
a
just call him out
two-teamer.
right now?
You said what?
Then why did you just call him out right
Because,
now?
bro, y'all be on me about being a
No,
two-teamer,
because you're
bro.
not really a Titans fan. It's
Bro, now
okay
I'm
to
not a
be a
Titans
Jets
fan, bro.
fan.
Bro,
It's
I used
okay
to
to be
talk
a Jets
Titans talk
fan.
all the
It's
time, bro.
okay
I
to be
still
a Jets
I
fan.
keep up with the Titans still. I watch
It's
Titans games. Bro,
okay
okay,
to
bro.
be a Jets fan. It's okay for you
All
to be a
right.
Dame fan. It's literally okay. I'm just saying, don't pump fake and make it seem like you really Tennessee all the way away when
Bruh,
you're not. You
bruh.
just like
Any
Tez,
sport
who
I
got some
can be
shit you
Tennessee
support
in,
and
I
then some
am.
other shit you don't. That's
Anything.
okay.
If Tennessee had a major league baseball team, I would have been a fan of that team too, bro. It's just we
My
don't got
thing
one.
is Dame, it's okay. It's okay if you're not. You just tried to make it seem like you was.
Columbus, hey, OG, Columbus an hour and a half away from Cincinnati. Lexington, Kentucky is right across the bridge, bro. Cincinnati and Kentucky literally is a bridge, is a fucking 10 minutes away from each other. Lexington is an hour and a half away, bro. It's all in the same area, bro. It's all in the same area.
So
Facts.
you
I don't.
saying you might be able to use that argument on air, Dane, but you can't use it on Ted. Seems like Ted got his shit in order. Yeah, I ain't got no.
No, I just fuck with
Bro,
both
I'm
of them
not
niggas because
playing
they
y'all
Kentucky
little.
fans.
I'm
Bro,
not playing y'all
and
little
valid,
fan
bro. We
shit.
not playing them
I'm
games
not
with
playing
y'all,
them little
bro.
dumb fan game shit,
Come
bro.
on,
Like that
bro.
shit
Like,
is
come on, bro.
goofy,
That
bro.
shit weird, bro.
Bro, like Ev
Ev,
being Georgia
Ev,
fan
Ev ain't,
football,
Ev
bro. I
ain't,
be
Ev,
on
bro.
Ev
You
every chance
got
I get
some
about that
niggas,
Georgia fan shit, bro. I be on Ev every chance I get about Georgia with him,
bro.
bro. It's the
Ev, bro. You
same
got,
shit.
bro. Ev. It ain't just a Cal thing. Y'all mixing Cal fans with Kentucky fans, bro. We are Kentucky fans, bro. Y'all can have that Cal shit. Y'all can move where Cal go. Yeah, Cal started our fandom, but nigga, we ain't Arkansas fans, nigga. We Kentucky fans, nigga. Straight up.
All right.
Right. Exactly.
Let see what you done drug me in, Dane. I'm
Hey,
quit
bro,
fucking
it's
with you,
cool, bro.
nigga.
It's still fuck
I
Kentucky,
thought you
bro.
had a valid argument,
Nah,
nigga.
bro,
You
it is
set me
valid.
up.
Bro,
It's
you can say
always
fuck
valid, bro.
Kentucky 5
I
times,
can't,
10
bro.
times, 20
Professional
times.
sports, I feel like it's way crazier to have like spread out college, or it's way worse to have spread out college teams than professional, bro. I just feel like it. I just feel like that. That's just my opinion, though. People might have other opinions, and that's cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like college, bro. You just be with that same shit for life, bro. You just like stick with a college team, bro. I feel like that shit just, I don't know, man.
Bro, he been a fan over half of his life, just like me, bro. You cannot pull that card with niggas, bro.
Yeah, that shit is dumb. I don't get how a nigga been a fan for a team 14, 15 years and you bringing up, oh, why you a fan? Like, nigga, you know why I'm a fan. Like, why? That's why I've been quiet this whole time. I'm not entertaining that convo. I started like Kentucky because of John Wall, not Coach Cal. John Wall. Coach Cal left. I'm still here. I didn't go follow Coach Cal to Arkansas with the 5 stars that he brought to Arkansas. I stay my ass right there in Kentucky and bleed a Mark Pope. And look where we at now. We about to play y'all niggas again. We're going to beat y'all again. We're going to beat you Elite 8. And
Hey,
we have
this sound
What
like a
a
nigga
first team.
scared, bro. This nigga is scared, bro.
Now
we're
I'm
the
scared,
first team.
bro.
We're the
Now I'm
first team in the
scared.
He
last
wanna-
like
he-
20
hey,
Now I'm
years.
scared.
We
I
see,
ain't gonna lie,
hey,
bro.
we
got
see
the- we
niggas.
have
Bro,
no
we
got
see
the
niggas
best
in a
three-
week.
bro.
Look,
we got
we
the
see-
best 3
hey,
players
Ev,
on
we
bro,
see-
all right, bro,
we see
listen,
niggas in a
I'm
week.
scared, bro. We got the best 2
Bro, we
players out
see
of the
niggas
team,
in a
bro.
week, and he
No,
want to
y'all
bring up
don't.
fandom
Bro, our
convos.
one better than y'all
He
one.
want
Our
to
2
bring
better
up
than y'all 2
fandom
on me.
convos, bro.
On me. On me.
Kentucky not finna beat Tennessee, gang.
Ev.
And
on
do
me,
you want to
Oway
bet,
not better
nigga?
than
What's
Chaz,
up?
nigga.
You want to
On
bet?
me, Oway not better than Chaz, nigga. On God. Fuck wrong with your ass, nigga. We got the best player and we got the second best player, nigga. Fuck Kentucky, nigga.
Well, in that
Stay blessed.
standpoint, you had the best player, the best team, 2 games, and it's still the same result, bro.
Bruh, I'm not worried about that shit. That regular season shit don't matter, bruh. This what it matter. Fuck all that regular
Oh
season
my
shit.
god, this nigga is a real lame, bro. How you meet this nigga, bro?
Bruh, like I said, bro, we can't wait till we see y'all boys, bro.
Like he's like he's certified lame though, like official. Like, come on, bro, this nigga's a weirdo.
Bruh, you be flexing regular season shit like we ain't been whooping y'all ass in the regular season since Rick Barnes got there,
Stop
bro. I don't
talking
give a fuck
about
about no
shit, bro.
regular
We're talking about
season
this
shit.
year, gang.
Bro, I don't care, bro. That's why I'm saying I don't
We're
care
done.
about
You
no
don't
regular
care, nigga.
season
Y'all
shit.
down 2 games. Why would he care
Nigga, we,
either?
bruh, I don't care about no
We beat
regular
y'all
season
niggas 2
shit 'cause we've
games
been
with
doing better than
injuries
y'all
at
for
that.
years, bruh. We've been doing better than y'all since Rick got there, bro. Y'all been fell off.
Doing
bro.
better
Y'all
than
been
us.
fell
Y'all
off,
made a
bruh.
Final Four.
Bro, when was the last time
Y'all
y'all
made a
didn't get bounced
championship?
in the first
Never.
weekend,
Y'all
bro?
won a championship.
Y'all been getting
How
bounced
the
the
fuck
first
Never.
y'all do
weekend
better
the
than
last
us?
like
What the fuck
5
have y'all
years,
made? What
bro.
have y'all done?
Bruh, you living
Never.
off that old shit because y'all
What
can't
have
do
y'all
shit
done?
recently, bro.
What have y'all done, bro?
Y'all literally ain't did shit recently and you living off that
What
old
have
shit,
you
bro.
done
What have you
recently?
Bruh, it
done?
don't been
What
What
better
have
have
than
y'all
you
y'all,
done?
done
niggas.
recently?
Been better than y'all, niggas.
Oh, not so you want to compare us and y'all? We talking about the whole shit,
What
bro.
are we talking
You
about,
wanna
bruh?
make this a Tennessee versus Kentucky thing?
Bruh, it don't matter, bruh. You
You
living off old shit, bruh. Y'all get 5
what
star
have
recruits
you,
every
bro?
year.
Okay,
Y'all get 5
we
star,
done,
5 star, 5 star.
You
NBA
wanna
talent,
go out
NBA
recent?
talent, NBA
You all
talent.
right? Hold up,
We
hold
don't
up. You
get
can
that,
you
bruh.
can have the floor. You can have the floor because it seems like you just want some entertainment.
Bro,
So
what
you can
I'm
have the
saying
floor.
is, bruh,
You can
I
have
would
hold up,
expect y'all to be good
hold up,
as
bro.
a
You can
basketball.
have the floor. You can have the floor. Now, since you want to play that game, tell the chat in the stage what the fuck have y'all done recently. Go.
Bro, what I'm trying to tell
Go.
you
Hold
is,
up. No, ain't no tell me nothing.
bro,
Tell
we
the
got,
chat
bro, we
what have
not
y'all done recently.
what we've done recently is not get bounced in the first
You see
weekend,
what
the
I'm
first
saying? Like
last
he
game
wanna
of the season like y'all.
make this a
That's what we
Kentucky
did,
versus Tennessee
bruh.
thing.
Bruh, like come on,
Like
bruh.
we see the weird ass, lame ass shit you trying to do. Tell the chat in the stage what Tennessee as a whole done recently. Go.
Bro, we aren't a basketball program like y'all, bro. Y'all say y'all blue
You see
bloods
what
and
I'm
y'all
saying?
losing in
He's
the
a
round of
fucking
64
square,
and
bro.
32,
This nigga's
bro.
a lame, bro.
Bro,
He's
y'all
a
say
lame.
y'all blue bloods and y'all over here losing in round of 32 and 64, bro. I can't respect that shit, bro. I
Stop
can't.
trying to
Y'all be
compare
pumping y'all chest
Tennessee.
out when
Stop
y'all
trying
ain't
to
did shit
compare
in
us
20.
to y'all.
Bro, y'all ain't did
This
shit in
not
15 years and
stop.
y'all be pumping y'all chest
Stop
out, bro.
trying to
Get the
compare
fuck out
us
of here,
and
bro.
y'all. Stop
Bro,
trying to
bro.
compare Tennessee versus Kentucky as a whole. Tell everybody what have y'all done recently. Don't
Bro,
compare. Don't put
bro,
Kentucky in
it's
it.
cool. We just had our Elite 8 last year, bro. We finna hit that Final Four this year, bro. Don't worry, bro. Don't
Okay.
worry. Talk
Talk
soon,
soon.
bro. Be in that Final Four this year, bro. Don't worry. Go whoop y'all ass. That chuckle gonna be funny when you sit to that extra
He
50.
talk.
And
All right, so
Bruh,
look,
it's only funny
look.
because you just be chatting.
Hold
All you
up,
do
hold
is
up,
just
hold up,
talk.
hold up, hold up. You so confident. Ev got 50.
You said what? His shit just break up? Or is my shit tweaking?
Nah, he broke up.
Oh, okay.
Someone probably
I
called.
think he about to ask you to bet 50.
I finna have to bet that nigga too, huh? It's cool, bro.
Hold up,
He have to.
my
He
shit
have
tweet.
to.
My
Bruh,
shit
Tez,
tweet. My
bro,
shit
we can
tweet.
bet the same
Hold up,
50,
hold up.
bro.
My 50. Hold up. Ev got 50 down. You so fucking confident. You got $100 on the floor. My 50 up. What you want to do?
Bro, we could bet the 50, bro. Lock
Say
it,
less.
bro.
Say
Lock
less.
the 50,
Say
bro.
less.
Lock the 50,
Say
bro.
less. Say
Bruh,
less.
I'm gonna
Say
take your
less.
money too, bro.
I ain't
It's
talking
cool.
no more.
All
I
right,
ain't
cool,
pay.
bro. We don't
Pay
gotta say
down.
shit else, bro.
Hold
We don't
up.
gotta say
Pay.
shit
Yeah,
else,
yeah. You
bro.
right. You right. Pay down. I ain't got nothing else to say to you, gang. I don't got nothing
100.
else to say to you. Pay
100.
down.
All right, 50 Kentucky,
Okay,
Tennessee.
okay, hold on. I like what I'm hearing in here. It's getting spicy.
All right. Yeah, I just had to check Dame, make sure we understood. All right. Shout out to Tech, shout out to Wisconsin. First, Purdue McNeese. I expected that. They took their business. They stumped on them from the start of the game, had control and maintained control the whole entire game. A&M and Michigan. Man, I mean, the score was 60-50, I want to say, with like 10 to go or something like that. I couldn't mess up the time. And A&M, I mean, Michigan closed that game on a 41-19 run. 41-19 run. I mean, Danny Wolf and Golden, insane. Those two big played great basketball down the stretch of the game. Trey Donaldson probably had the biggest bucket of the game, or one of the biggest buckets of the game. And I think Wade Taylor hit a three to put them up 70-66, and it looked like they were going to be like, he was pumped up, he was turned, he was lit, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, Michigan they keyed in, they locked in, and those two bigs led the way. They also had Roddy come off the bench and get him 26 points as well. He's 4 for 6 from 3. He was super duper big. Wade Taylor, one of his last important shots of the game, the three rimmed out, and when shit like that happens, you just got to take it up on the chin and keep moving. But outside of Wade, he didn't even have his best offensive game. Payne was the guy really for them offensively in that game. He had 26 points, 5 rebounds. But Phelps, Wade, Obaseki, Coleman, a lot of those guys struggle from an offensive standpoint. And then on top of that, somebody foul trouble too. They was battling foul trouble. Solomon only played 13 minutes last night Saturday night because he had 4 fouls. So a lot of the things with foul trouble for them came down to shot making. They didn't have enough shot making, and also didn't have enough size in the interior, in my opinion, to deal with Danny and Golden down low. And those are two tough bigs to deal with. They combined for 37 points, and they had 21 rebounds combined. 37 and 21 rebounds combined. So shout out to Michigan. They move on. And yeah, that's that. I think that's that for Saturday. We move on to yesterday now. Yesterday's games. Yeah, that's Saturday. We move on to yesterday's games. Florida and UConn. We spoke briefly to this earlier in here. Did anybody want to chime in on Florida and UConn first and give out their thoughts on Florida and UConn? If anybody. If not, I'll continue. I will continue. Fire Florida and UConn. One, hats off to both coaches. I'm going to give both coaches and all 20, 22, 23 players that was involved in this game when it came to them being on the court credit. I mean, hell of a game. This game was real similar to the Maryland and Colorado State game. And what I mean by that is, I want to say UConn, it just felt like they was in control majority of the game. Like it felt like that. They came in as underdog. They came ready to play. They had to lead for a good portion of the game. And Florida really, well, Elijah Martin, I'm going to give him credit. I want to give Will Richard credit as well. But I really want to give Walter Clayton credit. Big mid-range bucket, 2 big threes. I mean, insane threes. Hold on. Do y'all think my Terps even got a shot at beating Florida? I'm happy enough for my Crab 5, but that we got nothing to lose. But now, damn, will be nice to somehow squeak past Florida. DJ Duvernay, that's a funny name. Bruh, that game is going to come down to, in my opinion, my early thoughts, that game is going to come down to if Rice, Gillespie, and McGill match what Walter, Will, and Elijah do. Florida has 3 really good guards, in my opinion, and I think y'all have 3 good guards, in my opinion, with 2 good big men, and they have 2 good big. It's actually a really good team. It's actually a good matchup, I meant to say. Like, both teams are sort of kind of constructed the same way. Maryland best player is just Queen, though. You know what I'm saying? And Reese also solid down low as well. But I think Rice, Gillespie, and McGill gonna have to match what Walter, Elijah, and Will do from offensive intensity aspect, and also limit turnovers and knock down shots. So I think, remember yesterday, DJ, y'all were down, but look how y'all came out in that second half. McGill hit like 2 or 3 threes. Rice hit threes. Gillespie hit threes. And after that, Queen and Reese did their thing down low. So y'all gonna have to start strong, finish strong. Y'all also gonna have to match what they do from a guard play perspective.
What game you talking about?
Exactly. Florida and Maryland.
Damn, bro, I missed that game last night, bro. Saying that shit was crazy, bro. I missed it. I missed it, bro. Whole game.
Man, oh man. Queen is that, bro. Queen is that.
This game right here, though, that you got on the screen, this was a good game, bro. This was a good game. Damn. It's two teams battled for sure. Two teams battled. Both teams was well coached. And I think like y'all, we already also said it earlier. And you, Walter Clayton, bro, like it was punch for punch the whole second half. And I think I also said it in the playback too. I said, this game's so good, but I've seen games like this year and recent years in the tournament. Whoever have the last punch is who gonna win the game. And that's exactly what happened. But it wasn't from an overall team standpoint with Florida. It was Walter Clayton, bro. It was like he knew how the game was going. He understood that he was one of the best players on the court, and he definitely showed it. Definitely, you could tell he really wanted to win, and he went out there and played that second half like he wanted to win. And I love how Florida coach. If you I told you this in the playback as well. He was bringing the ball up the court, but he was getting 94 feet the whole second half, and he was also getting trapped as well throughout the whole second half. So I seen the adjustment was okay. We're gonna let him bring it up the court, but instead of having Elijah or Will come out these pin downs, we just gonna let Walter bring it up the court and give it up and let him go run the actions to get himself implemented into the game instead of just coming around pick and rolls and getting trapped, and now other people got to make decisions. So that was a big adjustment to me because it's like, damn, Walter was kind of, he wasn't floating. He just couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do shit. So I wouldn't even say he was floating. They just had a good ass game plan for him. But the adjustment was like I said, is let him come around these actions and let somebody else initiate the offense. And you seen as he's coming off these pin downs and out these curls, you can't double him out these curls now because his one pass away is 12 feet from the rim. So now these are easy buckets if you gonna double him off these actions. And that adjustment right there, I think turned the game around. Honestly, I think it turned the game around. And Dan, for the other side, Dan Hurley also coached a good ass game too. And I think you also said it as well too in the playback. Every possession in the second half, UConn ran a play, literally ran a play from the 20 minutes they ran a play every fucking possession, whether it was the same play or a different play, but from that period of time it was an action. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, that nigga's a hell of a coach. Everything that he ran, it got open, and credit to him as well. So I think it was a good ass game from the players, and it was a good ass game from the from for far as the coaching wise as well. But whoever had the last punch was gonna win the game, and I said that at halftime because I understood how the game was going. And Walter Clayton showed up big, bro. For real. Shout out the dude.
Walter Clayton, that's the dude from that's number one from Florida.
Is he number one? I think,
yeah. He was tough. He was tough for sure. He what's it called? Elijah Martin gave him some help too.
Yeah.
But that was definitely some good bump last night. I mean yesterday, bro. The coaching, even just in terms of like the plays called, especially out of timeouts or in halftime, or just those inbounding plays that they were able to get a lot of buckets out of. Definitely was impressive. UConn, what really killed them is they couldn't get their shots to fall from the 3-point line. Like that the 3-point line really would kill them. But I mean, they've been a. I'm assuming they've been a good 3-point shooting team all year. So like, I mean, I didn't want them to necessarily go away from shooting a three like they had to shoot it, but at the same time, they could have. It was a couple times where they could have got a better shot, but they were just so so bent on looking for the three. Like what's the name? Solo shot 2 for 9 from three. He went 2 for 11 in total. Like he was chasing that three ball all day. He was. I mean, he hit one. He hit a big one, but that's why I said you just got to keep shooting at a certain point. Once you in so deep, you just got to keep shooting because he hit one out of the two he hit. One of them was a big time shot in the second half, which they needed, but that wasn't doing too much. Liam McNeely, what's funny about Liam? I didn't know this before today, but I just seen a video. Apparently, Liam played with Derek Queen on that Montverde team. That whole Montverde team is legit. Like, like that
Yeah,
whole they whole
yeah.
Montverde team all
They
basically
was
stars in college right now. I think one of them played for Georgia, one of them played for but
Baylor.
we get into that later. Yeah, but that Montverde team that they played on is just like that's a tough ass squad. But
Yeah.
Liam
Yep.
Liam hooped. He he went he got to the line well. I remember that he didn't miss a free throw, which down the stretch they were pretty much trying to play the free throw game with Florida, and what's it called? They really what was it? Was that Florida they trying to? Yeah, that was Florida they were trying to play the free throw game with. I think one of their big men missed a clutch free throw, and it helped them kind of stay in the game. But this was definitely a hell of a game though, especially down the stretch.
Yep. Hell of a shout out with that Montverde team. They had all dogs on that mob, which they typically always do. Whenever three of your best shooters combine 6 for 26 from three, it's gonna be hard for you to win that game. Solo, Alex, and Liam, they combined 6 for 26, so that you pretty much got to pencil it down to that. And then when it came down to a guy that's actually on the other side, that want to step up in those big pressure moments and want to knock down shots and have full confidence, it's hard for him to match that too. Like I said, Ted said what I said yesterday. Both coaches great play calling. Both coaches great play calling down the last 5-6 minutes of that game. I enjoyed the hell out of this game. Shout out to Florida, still my team that I picked to win it all. And they move on. So that's that for that. Hell of a game yesterday. Next we also had Duke versus Baylor. This one, damn, it made me take a nap.
You funny as hell.
This one made me take a nap. I ain't gonna lie to you. This one made me take a nap. Hold on.
But them niggas right there, boy. Them niggas right there. They rolling, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. They rolling, bruh.
It definitely is.
Gonna be a tough out, bruh. It's gonna be a tough out, bruh. That fucking we all knew Duke was gonna win. Like, we know that, but how they make these games so like uninteresting to watch is bad for us that's watching the game as fans, but it's also bad because it's like, damn, like you said, we can't even watch a whole game, bro, because the game gets so fucking out of reach quick, and it's like now that shit is boring. But from they fans, or what I mean, that travel, that watch the games, shit, they living life right now, bro. For real, like them niggas living life. They don't got a fucking ounce of they don't have an ounce of worry, bro. They not worried about shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, it is what it is, bro. Them niggas tough, bro. And big shout out to, the Cuba Flags, the Cons, the Mawops. But I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Tyrese Proctor, gang. That nigga right there. He's showing up at the right time. And he's really the nigga putting these games out of reach. Honestly, like, in all honesty, bro, Tyrese Proctor is the reason, to me, just to me, that these games are just solely getting out of reach. He hit 1-3, he come back, hit another one, 6-point swing. They come down and get a stop, and it might not be him. It may be Khan this time. You know what I mean? Maybe Coop this time. Like, another 3, and
it's hard to punch back against Duke, bro, because they so good. They will they will coach. They got the talent to back everything up. They got Mawap in the middle, so they when they play defense, even when you blow by them, even when you blow by the guys on the perimeter, now that's even already hard to do. Now you got to go against 6'9" or 7'2" at the rim. So it's like it's lose, bruh. Like it's lose situations with them niggas, bruh. And they rolling, bruh. That's a good ass team, bruh. For real.
Yep, 1,000%. I agree with everything that you said. Duke, no reason they shouldn't win a championship this year. Top to bottom, best team in college basketball. That does not mean that they can't be beat. I mean, I went with Florida because I just something about Florida to me from an overall standpoint. But Duke has 3 top 10 guys. And on top of that, they have other 5-star guys coming off their bench, or former 5-star players coming off their bench. Caleb Foster, Isaiah Evans, not former, current. Even is it Patrick from Paul 6? I'm in VA.
Yeah.
I saw him play in person. He's a dog. So they have a lot of different guys coming off their bench or that's in their rotation that can play and contribute. So they're never really having a drop off from an offensive or defensive standpoint. Even James is good. So yeah, man, Duke, man, great win. They dominated. Overall, great win for that team. And Proctor's a good shot. I think he had 25 in this game. He's shooting the ball really damn good. I think he knocked down. I can't remember how many threes he in this game, but the previous game he had like 6 threes or something like that. So,
Do you think Proctor is playing his way back into that back in the first round?
Yeah, I tell you, a team, if he continues to play, a team can take a flyer on him in late first because it doesn't hurt them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Experienced guy, upticking offense, can handle the ball, good defensively as well. So it's no hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay, for sure.
Yeah. So that's that. Nah, I'm with you, Jaja. That game was not it. Shout out to BJ for his rant yesterday. So there is. Also, if you're in here, y'all don't forget that subscribe button. Whoever subscribed, thank you. Do not forget to like the video as well. And if you are not a member, make sure you become a member as well. Would love and appreciate that. Hold on, my bad. My bad, yeah. Would love and appreciate that. Alabama and St. Mary's. I didn't watch too much of the game from start to finish, but I do know Alabama pretty much had the lead and was in control majority of the game. I do want to say that. So Alabama ultimately got the win 80-66. I'm not really sure much is worth shouting out in this game. They was up 14-29 at the end of the first half. They outscored them still in the second half as well, and ultimately got the win. You know, they had 6 different guys in double digits, and Alabama just pretty much a well-rounded team. And when they're clicking offensively, they're clicking and they're tough to beat. And they pretty much did that. They converted from the field, they converted from 3, and they converted at the free throw line. So really nothing bad to say about there. It looked like Mark is the only one that really shot too much or probably shot bad. Other than that, everybody else was fine. So shout out to Bama. They rolled over St. Mary's and got the win 80-66. And that's that. Next, I'm gonna let Tez kick this one off. What's good, Tez? Far as Kentucky, that Michigan State is next, actually. Michigan State and New Mexico. What can I say about Michigan State and New Mexico? Trey Holloman.
I ain't watched that game.
I ain't see too much of it either. I ain't gonna lie to you. I only saw the last couple of plays. Holloman hit a big 3, and that's pretty much. I can't speak to it too much of this one. Either way, shout out to Michigan State.
I ain't really watch that John too much either. I just remember New Mexico jumped out on them. New Mexico jumped out on them, and they fought hard as hell too. I think they made it a 1-point game by halftime, or a 2-point game by halftime, and then after that, from that point forward, they pretty much took control. But yeah, they took that first punch from New Mexico, and then New Mexico pretty much didn't have nothing else for them the rest of the game.
Yeah. Kentucky and Illinois though. Dan, you got anything to say about to kick this one off?
What, Kentucky?
Tez, yeah, if you got anything to kick off
Oh, you
this
talking
one.
about Tez?
I mean, if
Okay,
you, I mean, Loke go first if you want to. If he got something
bro.
to say first.
I ain't got too much for this one, man. Kentucky huh, came out on one, man. They came out, they pretty much belt start to finish. They controlled the game, controlled the pace. Chicago, Illinois did try to fight back a few times in the game, but I never really felt like Kentucky had lost control of the game. Um, Owen hooped. Um, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all speak to more of those guys on y'all team, but Kentucky pretty much played ball, man. I keep it real with you. This from my point of view. It looked like this is what it looked like, bruh. It looked like y'all boys seen, or maybe y'all don't. They don't care, but it looked like they seen Cal win that game earlier, and they were like, okay, we can't lose. Like they were like they was locked in. Like they were like, okay, we not losing. We not going home now. We making it to at least the Sweet 16. So good game from Kentucky though.
Yeah, I think it's crazy because I told Ed that the previous day when Arkansas won. So I don't think it was in their minds like they was like they mindset for real just because Cal won. But I do think part of it was kind of that to try to low to try to keep the narrative going, as far as a narrative agenda type shit going. But far as the game, bro, hell of a game, bro. I don't know if Ev agree with me, but he might. Um, Pope is a hell of a coach, but that was one of the best coaching jobs that he didn't put together in a long time, bro. Like from start to finish, everything that Illinois wanted to do from jump, we was on it. They pick and pop. They want to do the pick and pop thing with the big man because he's a shooter with the whoop. All we did was switch it. It was no chasing. We took them out of whatever they wanted to do. OA, we was texting OA being in foul trouble so quick, kind of fucked up the momentum of the game a little bit. Granted, Illinois didn't really hit a lot of shots. We still was getting a lot of steals to kind of keep the momentum on our side, but I think it definitely did hurt us a little bit. Um, Big shout out to Lamont Butler, bro, and this is why me and Ed said it's good when all three is there, but when you got Lamont controlling the team, everything goes through him. Him being the point guard, the defensive, the perimeter defense, how he calls havoc at the top of the key. That shit matters, bruh. Like when he's not there, we're a totally different team. And I think his impact on the game yesterday was felt from start to finish. Um, Big shout out to Kobe Bryant, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. He's a dog, bruh. If he's a dog, bruh. Like you know what I mean. But it's when he's playing with confidence, bruh. When he's going out there doing what he know he can do, he's a totally different player. And now a thing that me and you had a problem with beginning of the season to kind of to mid year, the niggas also playing defense, bruh, at a high level. He's defending, and I think that's what's also keeping him on the court more now. I mean, it's gonna happen regardless because Jax is out. But big shout out to Kobe Bryant. He was our go-to scorer down the stretch, bruh. It
Yeah.
wasn't Ortega. Ortega got his buckets. Don't get me wrong, he got his buckets. But our go-to man yesterday was Kobe Bryant, bruh. He was on. How many shots did he shoot yesterday? 16.
16.
And hit 10 of them, three for I can't that's 3 for 8. Let's say 3
Yeah,
for 8. 3 for
yeah.
8 for the three. So big shout out, bruh. He said he give me Booker vibes. No, I don't see that. I don't see that. I from a shooting standpoint, I get it, but Booker was a different guy. I ain't gonna lie, he was a different guy. Um, Amari Williams, bro. I text you at the first half. I wasn't really rocking, bro. I wasn't really feeling him. The
I
energy
like that
wasn't.
though. I like the book vibes thing. I don't know. I think I like that. Out of Kentucky stuff. I don't know. I'm listening to you. I think I'm listening to you. I think I like that though.
Okay, for sure.
I think I like that.
Amari Williams, bro. I wasn't really feeling him in the first half, bro. The energy wasn't there. Well, I ain't gonna lie, the motor was there, but his impact wasn't felt at all. Missing bunnies, missing layups. He was getting to the line. I don't know what he shot from free throw. 0 for 1, but yeah, when he went to the line, it looked like down there an air ball. It just didn't look like he was really into the game. On the defensive side, he was, but from an offensive standpoint, I think in certain possessions he was actually hurting us a little bit. So you can see during the game, Pope went with Brandon Garrison like really quick. Like he saw Amari the fuck out quick as hell. Um, Andrew Carr, stat line not wasn't all the way there, but his impact was felt the whole game from start to finish. Um, and Ortega, once Ortega came back in the game in the second half, when Ortega came back into the second half, everybody seeing what Ortega does for this team. Cutting, one on one, get to the rack, get to the free throw line. The defense is there, steals and all type shit is there. I think from an overall standpoint, bro, they played a really good game, bro. And a lot of fans had a lot of questions about how they thought that they were gonna come out and play yesterday. Because Illinois got the guy that's going projected to go top 10, top 15. You got Will, you got the big man, and you got Boswell as well, a very experienced guard. That has a lot of tournament experience. So that's really all I gotta say on it, bro. I'm happy for the guys, bro. Granted, these are all transfer guys, all older guys, and they living a dream right now, bro. And I ain't the way Pope is embracing this shit is the way that it's supposed to be, bro. I'm rocking with Pope for sure. I ain't gonna lie. Hell of a coaching job. Hell of a coaching job for sure.
Yep. 3 shout outs for me, bro. 3 simple shout outs for me. In order. Kobe, Lamont, and Colin Chandler. Those are the 3.
Good one.
Yeah, player of the game for me. And I want to say Lamont and Colin for 2 specific reasons. I think both of those guys hit key shots in the first half when we needed them with Owe out on the bench. Illinois looked like they were about to close the half out pretty good, and which they still did, if you ask me. Close the half out pretty good, which they still did. But Lamont hit like a big 3 or 2. Lamont had some tough buckets getting to the basket, and then Colin Chandler came off the bench and hit a couple of deep threes as well that we needed. So I start with them 2. And then Kobe, bro, he's probably my second favorite player on the team, to be honest. He is my second favorite player on the team. I've been talking to him about him to y'all for like the past month and a half or something like that. And like Ted said, we went to him down the stretch of the game. He is our scorer. He is our guy coming off the bench. Now he has to start with Jackson Robinson out for this season. I love him coming off the bench. And like Ted said, as long as he plays with the confidence, the game is there. Like the game is there. It's really just how he plays with the confidence. And I think now he coming into the situation now, because he really been playing good basketball for like the last past 3 to 5 games or somewhere in that ballpark from an offensive standpoint. Putting the ball on the floor more, shooting his shots, getting to his spots, giving the ball, passing the ball at the right time, things of that nature. So really, Kobe Bryant gets all the deserve and the credit in the world. Amari started off a little slow for me. I wasn't too much of a fan of how he started the game up, but Amari gives us the same thing: good passing, good rebounding, and it all comes down to how he finishing in down low. He didn't have too many good finishes in that game yesterday. Owe foul trouble, but he picked up and had a good second half. Andrew Carr wasn't the best from an offensive standpoint. He's been really damn good for like the past 5 to 7 game streak. So I can take this game on the chin with Andrew. He's still a good basketball player at the end of the day for me. Brandon Garrison, stop shooting threes, gang. I don't like when you spot up at the top and shoot. Stop doing that shit, bro. I don't like it, bro. I don't like when BG shoot threes. I don't like. Are you open for a reason, gang? Like,
it's not for real. Not for real though.
You open for a reason, bro. So all in all, it's a great, well-rounded Kentucky win. We a hell of a team. We playing like a hell of a team. And I seen that this morning. Blake, we got the second best defense as of right now out of the remaining 16 teams.
Yeah, facts.
So they hooping, they playing good basketball. And bro, it's no better feeling than being a fan of Kentucky, man. There's no better feeling than being a Kentucky fan.
Nah, for real. And to the second best defensive thing, and this goes to what I said about mine, is they're playing good team defense right now as a team. But this is just to me. I don't know how Ed feel or Blake or whoever. This shit's coming from Lamont Butler, bro. Like they if he's playing D, if he's locked in, you can tell they all want to do the same thing that he's doing, bruh. Like he's that impactful on the defensive end, bruh. Like he'll switch onto a big, he'll switch onto a wing. You know what I mean? That they wanted to run pick and roll so bad yesterday. He was shutting that shit down. Like you not even coming around this screen, bruh. Like you gonna have to do something else. So in a big part to Amari as well, being in the paint, being an anchor, but that Lamont shit, bro, that shit is felt, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Watching them games with Lamont in the game, I'm overly confident, bro. If Ortega, Kobe, and Lamont not in foul trouble to the point where they can't be in the game as much. But when all three of them guys are, playing with confidence, not in foul trouble, and they all on the court contributing, I feel good with my three, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel good, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And we deal with it now, but bro, I only can imagine what we'll be like if we had Jax on this mob going to this fight with us, man. Because having them three and then having Kobe playing how he playing, whew, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different ballpark. So yeah, man. Either way, 84-75, a great win from Kentucky.
Shout out to my dog Pope, man. Second conference. I said conference. Second tournament win in his career, man. Doing it at Kentucky. Ain't no better feeling.
Big Pope. Shout out to Pope, man. Shout out to Pope. Ain't no better feeling, Jordan. You heard him. Shout out to Pope. Next, Ole Miss and Iowa State. Iowa State did no injuries. Don't get me wrong, but I also just think Ole Miss is gonna be the team that win this game. I picked them to win this game. They won 91-78. I didn't watch too much of it though, but I see Sean Padula had 20 points. Their best offensive player and best shooter. And on top of that, they had 5 guys in double digits. So really outside of Curtis Jones, can't really say they have much offensive contributions outside of Joshua Jefferson and Curtis. So even this Nate guy had 5 for 5 and 3 for 3 from 3. But either way, Ole Miss dumped on them in the first half, and they maintained that lead in the
Curtis
second half.
Jones, he came off the bench and dropped 26.
Yeah.
Is he not one of their starters or something? Like, what is he? What are you, a freshman?
I'm confused because he come off the bench. He typically just come off the bench. He just play a lot of minutes.
Oh damn! He
Yeah,
must have got hot yesterday. Just let him ride. But coming off the bench and averaging 30 minutes, damn.
Yeah, he's damn near basically a starter. He averaged 17 points on the season. Yeah,
basically Tyler Hero.
You love Tyler Hero, gang.
Oh my god, bro. You make everything weird, bro. You can't mention Tyler
Hero
without Abe trying to take credit.
Shout out to Ole Miss though. Good win for them. Next, I'm up Maryland and Colorado State. Boy, oh boy, did I enjoy this game.
Man.
Good news. We got Z-From up here, so I don't even need to speak first. Maryland got to win 72-71. Z-From, how you feeling about this game, bro?
Shouldn't won the game. Be flat out honest with y'all to start, man. Should not have won this game. Didn't want it. Did not want it. Our guards at half were shooting, I think, 4 for 18. Really, the only work we got and the only points we were getting in the first half down low was from Reese and Queen. Shout out to them. I'll talk about Queen in a minute. But Colorado State, they came to play, man. They were hitting a lot of good 3-point shots. Turn my phone off real quick here. It's about to go off. Yeah, Nick Clifford. He's going to be a great I think he comes out this year. I think he's a solid talent. He will be a good NBA player, I think. Not great, but good. Yeah, Nick Clifford is one of the reasons why they're in the game as well. If you could scroll up real quick, just so I could, yeah. Jalen Lake was going crazy to start the game. He was not missing anything. I think he scored 10 of his 13 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. They were just not missing. It was magnet ball for him yesterday to start the game, and it was beautiful for them. But we came out in the second half. We adjusted well on defense. We went into the zone, then switched to man defense that we've ran all year. You watch it against Michigan State, Wisconsin, Michigan. If you've watched us on the big primetime games, it's what we do. We switched into that in the second half. They couldn't get a bucket on us to start, and we were able to get a run. make it interesting because it was a 7-point game at half. So, but yeah, Derek Queen, he's the talent. He's the guy. Out of the Crab Five, he's the one. There's not many prospects, and I don't think this is a hot take. I don't think the NBA analysts and guys that are scouting for the upcoming draft will disagree with me. I don't think there's 5 better players than Derek Queen in this draft coming up in terms of offensive ability. I think Derek Queen is one of the best.
That's how you feeling, bro?
I think Derek Queen, in terms of offensive talent, is one of the better players in this draft. Now, defensively, obviously, he has his flaws. His athleticism is a little weak compared to the other guys, but his offensive talent is probably one of the best, if not the best, in this class, up there with Flagg, up there with Harper. I'm not even going to say Ace. I think he's the 3rd best offensive player in this class behind those 2 gentlemen, and that's probably the 2 best players in their own respective tiers, individual tiers. I think he's right outside that top 2 in terms of offensive talent. He will be a great NBA player if he goes to the right team. He will be a starting 4 or 5 wherever he grows into. I think he should be a 4 with how he plays, a stretch 4. If he gains a little bit more athleticism and he can get his 3-ball up. His 3-ball is still not great, but it will be serviceable in 2 years. We saw it last night. He was able to hit a couple threes to start the game. But yeah, you want to put the ball in the best player's hands, and that's what Kevin Willard did. You have 3.6 seconds. You can call it a travel. There's been a lot of travels in college basketball the last couple of years. We lost on a travel years ago against LSU. It is what it is. But Derek Queen is a talent to be reckoned with for this upcoming draft. If you are a team looking for a center in the top 10 or a power forward, Derek Queen is your guy. So, yeah, shout out to them. Also, just one more shout out. Rodney Rice. He was ice cold to start the game. He kind of figured out towards the end. He was able to hit the clutch shots and get us in to a tie game.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie, because when they hit that 3-ball, I said, well, the season's been going that way. The last 4 losses have been a buzzer beater. I'm not surprised. So if that's how we're gonna end it, that's a typical Maryland sports ending right there. The heartbreak. But Derek Queen changed it. Baltimore kid, Baltimore basketball legend now, and now a Maryland legend. So shout out to him. And shout out to this team, man. I mean, it's going to be a very tough matchup on Thursday against Florida, number 1 seed. But I think a lot of Maryland fans think we can do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people around the world think we can do it. It's not, oh, well, we got to the Sweet 16. I don't think people are satisfied yet. I think people want to win. I think people know we can win. So I'm very excited for Thursday. I think Thursday is going to be a very good matchup. A lot of people are saying we're going to get our ass kicked. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be probably one of the best games of the Sweet 16. So, yeah, shout out to Maryland, man. But shout out to Nick Clifford in Colorado State. Good program over there. They're building. So, but yeah, Maryland, what a game. What a game.
Hell of a game. I spoke earlier briefly. We didn't get to the game, but I was just speaking briefly on it when somebody asked me a question about the matchup with Florida. But I spoke to, man, I mean, did they shoot good in the game? Any of the 3? No. But did they have a better second half and all knockdown shots when needed? Miguel, Rice, and Gillespie? Yes. Like they all knocked. I think they all probably hit a 3 or 2 in that second half. Literally all of them. They all probably hit 2 threes in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Gillespie probably hit 1 of his 2 in the first half. But I know for sure Miguel and Rice probably hit 2 in the second half. But, and y'all needed that. Credit to Reese and Queen. I think they were good down low all game for the most part. Colorado State did a great job of trying to limit you guys from getting paint points. They kept saying that on the broadcast. Like you guys only had like 24, 26 paint points throughout that game when y'all average on like well above 30 plus or even 40 or something like that a game. So big credit to Colorado State. I did not like the idea of trying to double Clifford right there. So that's what led to him making that good cross court pass and getting a 3 up and then knocking it down. I was like, nah, ain't no way my parlay is going out like this. So really shout out to Queen, man. It was a tough shot to be moving like that to the left and come back around and shoot it off the glass like that. It was a beautiful kiss off the glass. And yeah, he is definitely one of the better offensive talents in this draft coming up. you could probably say from an offensive talent perspective, yeah, he definitely probably top 5, top 6, whatever the case may be. I still would put Trey Johnson over him from an offensive standpoint. But I can understand why someone would say Queen overall as a big man. I would lean him over Trey Johnson. I just like what Trey Johnson does offensively. But yeah, man, I echo that part as well. And into the matchup, what I said was just come down to your guards, because if you look at the teams, both of these teams are built damn near the same way. Like when you look at Florida and Maryland, there's from a starting 5 perspective, 2 bigs, 3 guards, both teams, 2 bigs, 3 guards, 2 bigs, 3 guards. And it's really going to come down to if Gillespie, Rice, and Miguel is going to match what Walter, Elijah, and Will is going to bring to the game. And UConn didn't match it in that way because UConn had offensively good games from Liam and other shit like that. Y'all can even beat UConn, in my opinion. I think y'all can beat UConn. But I just think that this match is going to come down to guard play. Like it's going to come down to guard. Rice can't go 5 for 17 against Florida. Gillespie can't be 4 for 12. Miguel can't be 4 for 11. Granted, he had 3 threes overall in the game. That's what matters the most, in my opinion, for that Maryland one yesterday. But yeah, man, I think this is going to be a good matchup. I think y'all can beat Maryland. Obviously, I picked Florida. Florida beat Florida, but I picked Florida to win it all, obviously. But overall, from a starting 5 perspective, big on bigs, guards on guards, this should be a beautiful matchup. Like, it should be a beautiful matchup, 1,000%. So I like it, Brandon. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Because Walter can be off. Elijah can be off. Will can be off, but so can y'all guys. So who's making more shots? Who's turning the ball less? And is Queen still making sure that he's the best player on the court in this game? Because that's what's going to matter the most. Queen and Walter Clayton at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, like, I didn't watch the game, so, but I know from a Sweet 16 standpoint on up, them shots gotta fall, bro. They have to, cause Florida ain't gonna go a whole game missing. You know what I mean? They might start off missing. They might have stretches where they miss, but this Sweet 16 shit, like, your guards gotta take you over top, bro. They gonna have to. And I'm not saying that from the standpoint I don't think Queen will have an impact. I know he will. You know what I mean? He's a hell of a player. That's the type of player he is. But like even Z4 just said it too. The Gillespies, the Rice, them guys gotta be on, bro. They gonna have to. I think that's the only way you're gonna win. Queen doing what he do. I think Queen will put you in a good spot to try to win it, but them shots from the outside, them shits gotta fall, bro. If they don't fall, it's you can keep it close. Like you can, like we come here and say, "Oh, it was a good game," but we know why y'all lost the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be from a guard standpoint. So Gillespie and Rice, and what's the other dark skinned dude? What's his name? Miguel. Yeah, Miguel. They gonna have to play a hell of a game, bro. And a good thing too, Z Form, is y'all don't play them tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Y'all don't play them what's today? Monday, right? Yeah. Y'all don't play them Wednesday. Y'all play Friday, right?
No, we're the late Thursday game. Late Thursday.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean still good. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta turn around and play these guys a day or two later. You kind of relatively get a week to, you know what I mean, a game plan, heal up, practice, like good thing you don't got to play them turning right around and playing them. You know what I mean? You got some days to prep yourself, get mentally ready for a battle, and that's really where it's gonna matter from. You gotta go and battle, bro. That's the only thing. You gotta go battle, and you guys got to be hitting shots.
Yeah, I mean, and for us, it's really just a first half struggle, as you can see in the last 2 games. Grand Canyon, especially, we dominated the second half, both sides of the ball. But it's just the first half. The first couple minutes, Maryland's not hitting the shots, the 3-point shots. Like down low, we're obviously fine, but Gillespie, Rice, Miguel, I'll even throw Queen in there because he does shoot the 3 ball occasionally. And DHS, those are the 5 guys that if we're gonna win this tournament, go far, even win this week, you got to hit the 3 ball early. You got to keep it close. You got to stay in there. You got to hit it's really just a 3 ball. just keep it close. That's really all it is. If the first half stays within 4 or 5 points, I think we'll be fine. Because the second half, again, the last really month and a half, we've dominated. We've probably been one of the best second half offensive teams in the nation just because of how good our 3 ball has been in the second half. But yeah, if we keep it close in the first against Florida, I have great confidence. But if it's a 10-point, 12-point deficit at half, I'll be a little concerned. But yeah, if we keep it close, I think we can beat anybody. That includes those guys over there in North Carolina. So we'll see him soon. Hopefully.
Shout out to Big Paul. Shout out to Maryland, man. What's the last game? Arizona, Oregon. Really, man, good game for one. Oregon stormed back into this game. Looked like Arizona was about to sell their ass off. We was live and playback there watching the end of this game. Tez, BJ, T, BJ, Chan, myself, whoever else was in there. Arizona got the win ultimately 87-83. They held on. They played the foul game pretty much. They was up 3. Oregon needed a 3. A couple of times they went for a layup. And that pretty much Arizona fouled them twice and didn't get them a chance to get a 3 up. And that was the game. Shellstead tried to miss a free throw late. Caleb Love came down, grabbed out the defensive rebound, and knocked down his 2 free throws, and they won by 4. I also did not agree with Oregon. One of their last play calls, they chose to give Bamba pretty much like an ISO and go out there and get yours. I wasn't a fan of that personally. I would have went to Nate in the middle, or I would have ran some action with Nate and Jackson and see what comes with that. But Bamba was on this game. He had 17 points. I personally just would have put the ball in Nate's hands because just had the over-the-shoulder hook shot. Or I would have gave it to Jackson because he had 25 overall in the game. And he would pretty much, have a good offensive game as well. And he's probably their best offensive player. Or Nate, either or. So, beat TJ, hit like a little, tried another little hook shot. He missed it bad. And that's what led Arizona being able to play the foul game. As far as Arizona, hats off to Caleb Love, man. 29 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Hell of an offensive game that he had. KJ Lewis was the one that was defending TJ Bamba. Good defensive performance from him overall in the game. And Jaden, KJ, and Caleb, they just know how to play basketball together, and from an overall standpoint. So really, shout out to this Arizona team. This is why I was not why, because they're not on that. They're not doing much. But I was super duper high. I was high on Arizona coming into this year, especially with them getting Trey the transfer. Granted, he only played 10 minutes last night, but I was high on them coming into this season. They flamed out a little bit, but they've been picking things up right around the right time. And good win from over Oregon. Oregon, tough team, good coaching. Came up short. I'm pretty sure they'll probably try to be back next year, depending on who they get, depending on who's on their team, or whatever the case may be. So Arizona, 87-83, good win. On to Duke. They asked Caleb Love, you got a lot of games against Duke, the rivalry, things of that nature. How do you feel about this matchup? That man took like 10 seconds before he answered that question. It's gonna be a tough game for them, but
Was he? I seen it, but I didn't watch the video. But I did see they said he wanted to say something and he caught himself in the middle of saying it. Is that true?
Nah, he wasn't about a perp. It wasn't about being no perping way. He was just trying to make sure he answered it the right, because, like, Brett, he seemed nervous. Like, he seemed like he didn't want to say the wrong thing and put unrealistic expectations on the team, basically.
Okay.
So he was like, we're gonna enjoy this one. We're gonna watch a lot of film on Duke and da. Like, that's pretty much where he left it at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't about to pop.
That's what TJ said. Media was trying to trick him because I did. They was like, "Caleb, did y'all?" It was actually trending, bro. For real. When I seen it last night, they was like, "Oh, Caleb." They asked him something, and you could tell he didn't really want to say something, so he caught himself in the middle of saying this and that. Yeah, you know how the media try to spin shit.
Yeah. So that's all that happened. It was funny though, because you can tell he was a little hesitant he was hesitant for sure. That means he's got a lot of respect for that Duke team and what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So, because they spoke to them playing earlier this year and how he feel about the matchup, now and all that thing, So that was that. But yeah, shout out to Arizona. I'll be lying to y'all if I were to say I've been tapped into the NBA, like I told you, I don't know the last time I watched an NBA game from start to finish, straight up. Today's a possibility. But with that being said, everybody came to the YouTube side of things today, though. Thank you to talk about college basketball, to talk about March Madness and things of that nature. We are back on Thursday in the watch party and playback to watch more of these games. Also, if you are in here and you're not subscribed to Fact and Stats on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. 49 away from 1,000. I have a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers before April 1st. 49 subscribers away before to get to 1,000. And also make sure you become a member if you are not a member and extend your support for the Fact and Stats platform. I'll greatly appreciate that as well. Next, this could be super brief. I'm talking about like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30. I'm just going to start the playback room, see if there's anything NBA related to be spoken to or about, or whatever the case may be. If it's not really going nowhere, this will be the show today. 2.5 hours. Good college talk. Shout out to Tez for coming up here, Z Farm, Low, OG, Ari, Jaja, and my man Jeremiah as well. Thank y'all. You'll be right back here on YouTube tomorrow. Obviously, having to talk about the NBA games from tonight and etc. We still got to do Sweet 16 predictions too. I'm gonna just move that to tomorrow. That's gonna give us something to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you too when you got done talking. When you want to do that? That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's gonna push that to tomorrow and talk about some teams that can potentially through these first 2 rounds can make a push to the Final Four that's least expected, like a San Diego State type of Florida Atlantic type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, you seen they 3 guys all in the Sweet 16, bro?
Crazy. And
oh my god, niggas living a dream, bro. Like I fuck with that
shit. If they were all on the same team right now, bro, I think they'll still be good again.
Facts.
Like I think San Diego State will be good again with John Nail, Elijah, and Golden.
FAU.
I'm sorry, FAU. Sorry. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna push that to tomorrow. Sweet 16 prediction. You probably start the show with that, to be honest, and then get into some NBA recapping these games. Also, everybody that came through on the YouTube side today, thank y'all so much. But now we're gonna go to playback, and again, it could be brief. Look, I'm just give y'all. This could be brief. It depends on people come up. People want to talk about anything in the NBA because we've been super duper locked into March Madness. We've been locked into March Madness. Playback.tv/facts and stats. That room is about to get started in 10 seconds. Playback.tv/facts and stats. That room is about to get started in 10 seconds. Pull up. We're going to try to talk about things around the NBA. Or I'm going to touch base on some things around the NBA over this past weekend, especially looking ahead to some games today. And that'll be the show. Thank y'all for all the support, and I'll see y'all on Playback. Playback.tv/facts and stats.